Good evening. Welcome to the Toon Review. Tonight's a historical moment, 20 years in the waiting. We've been waiting for our home game in the Champions League, and tonight it's happening. It's Newcastle United versus Paris Saint-Germain in the Watchalong here on the Toon Review. Before we go any further, if you do like what you're seeing, you need to hit that like button for us. It really helps us out in the search on YouTube to push us up the search so people, like-minded people like yourselves, fellow football fans, will see what's going on in this great channel of ours. And if you are new to the channel also, please subscribe. It's free to do so. And you will have to be subscribed if you want to contribute to the chat tonight. Also, memberships are available by clicking the join button, which is below me. And super chats too, by hitting the $sign, also below me. All that said, welcome to the show. Stato will be joining me at half-time. We're going old school tonight. And Paul is actually at the game. So, yes, he's managed to shake off his lumbar problems, and he has managed to make it to St James's Park, where in Newcastle today it's been a bit hectic. The PSG fans have been doing a bit of kicking off, and they've been throwing sausage rolls, would you believe, at the fellow Toon Army fans who are baying towards them. But it looks a bit nasty, but yeah, it's all a lot of it's in good humour, and hopefully they get to the game okay, and we see a fantastic game tonight. We'll take some comments. Sean Louis says he just imagine the ripples this will make across the world when the Toon win. Indeed. The rough-eyed Bernician says hope Paul gets to the match. Well, he has done, and it's great news. He's there. He'll be there in his seat tonight. Not been there for a while, but he'll be there tonight eating his midget gems with his mate George, watching hopefully the Toon Army proceed to a fine victory. Member for 12 months. Not small, just still loading. Come on, the Mighty Mags. The greatest night in 20 years. Much love to the Toon Review family. Let's have a few ground rules. No spoilers while the game is on. If you are ahead of me, please pause. I will probably be behind you. Please pause until I say the game's over. There's no clock. Obviously, I'm working on a different system to Paul. Paul hasn't sent the system over just as yet, but I will be giving you regular time updates in the commentary. There will be a banner across the bottom with the score on too, so the score will be always in view. But no spoilers, absolutely not. And if I do see any spoilers, you'll be straight out. You've had plenty of warnings. So please no subscribers until I've commentated on it. And once you've done that, you can shout it out to your heart's content. But let's do a few more comments. Big ass blokes in the house also. Good afternoon to you. Good evening. Oh my God, I can't wait for this game to start. It's like Christmas. Woohoo. James Elliott's here. Away the Toon score tonight 2-1 to the Toon. Let's look at some lineups. We do have lineups available to you. Here's the Newcastle one, and it's the one as predicted by Paul and Stato, and not by me. They've correctly predicted this lineup, and it's just one change from Saturday's game, isn't it? It's Tonali in for Anderson, which we all predicted. I predicted Murphy to start, but Almiron it does start on that right-hand wing, and it's a lineup of Pope, Trippier, Lascelles as captain, Cher, Burn, Bruno Guimaraes in midfield, anchoring behind Sean Longstaff and Sandro Tonali, and Anthony Gordon, Miguel Almiron flanking Alexander Isak. The bench consists of Dubravka and Karius, Dummett, Target, Hall, Livramento, Murphy, Anderson, and Lewis Miley. Two keepers on the bench just shows how down to the bare bones we really are. No Botman, no Joe Linton, no Joe Willock, and no Callum Wilson. Also, players that would have all been involved, I imagine, had they had been fit. PSG lineup as such. Donnarumma in goal, behind a back four of Lucas Hernandez and Hakimi as fullbacks. In between those, we have Skriniar and Marquinhos. Midfield, we have Ugarte, Zaire Emery, then Belly on the right flank, some bloke called Mbappe on the left. And a front two, it looks like Randall Kolo Muani and Gonzalo Ramos up front. Not sure their substitutes bench. I don't have any access to that. It's a very, very formidable side, is that. I watched the under-19s earlier, and Mbappe's brother was playing for those, and he didn't play in the same kind of style as his brother Kylian. He kind of played as a Pogba-type player. Anyway, heartbreak for our under-19s. Injury time goal robbed us of a deserved draw. Very dogged performance. PSG clearly more quality in the side, more experience at this level. But they scored in injury time to give them a 1-0 lead. How unfortunate. There you go. But that's what happened today. Keith Dyke's in the house. 2 keepers on the bench, super thin in attacking reserves, absolutely. Looks like Alexander Isak's going to have to do the 90 tonight, isn't he? Unless we go to that kind of thing that we did against Man City, where we ended up with Murphy, Miggy, and Gordon across the front 3. But I think we need to be ahead before that point, if that's the case. Shearer 69 to just watch the Barcelona game on before. Match brings back memories as I was there. Fantastic night indeed. Norvik's at St James's Park. Hello, Norvik. I hope you're well. Kevin Hawthorne, he's a lot further away than that. He's in Lake Run, Florida. Good evening to you, or good afternoon to you. Shearer at 69. Our squad is looking a bit thin, but we play to our strengths. We can snatch a win. That's what I'd like to see. Nice bit of optimism. Bob Bray, good evening, lads from Holland. We are worldwide tonight, truly global. It's a global game, of course. Shearer 69 says, hope Toon wins. I'm 71 today. It'll be a nice present from the lads. Happy birthday to you, Shearer 69. 71 years of age, 71 years young today. Well done to you. Niall Powell says, when our backs are against the wall, we will see how we go. Away the lads. Evening to Ian A. and Jock Barr and Brian Tweddle. He says, hi all. Is everyone excited or nervous? For me, it's a bit of both, but I believe in Eddie and the boys. Toon in the Champions League. Hashtag there. Let's go down the comments. Jordan Pedley, good evening to you. Evening all. Come on, Newcastle 2-1-2. We can do this. Lots of talk. Good afternoon to Carl. Evening, I should say. Evening all. Happy birthday, Shearer 69. Absolutely. We echo that. Brian says, the music and the atmosphere I'm waiting for 2 decades away. We're back and here to stay. Only the beginning. Unfortunately, I cannot hear that because obviously I have to have the commentary off. Otherwise, we get copyrighted. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it, if not hearing it. But good to Callum and Sven, but the lads will carry us over the line. 2 games, 4 points. Let's hope. Good evening to Toon Gamer 2 on Newcastle tonight, and Chilean Mbappe will freeze with his gloves on. It's strange how they wear gloves, but then they wear t-shirt sleeves. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, but they do it. Not just Kylian Mbappe, but lots of players do it. I don't think any sense of it at all, if I'm perfectly frank. Jock says we need these 3 points tonight. The lads will be up for it. They will be. They will be. I'm sure Eddie Howe will have had them, who's got them up for this. Just looking at it now, the flags are already waving. We are 20 minutes from kickoff. The flags are in full view. And we're up on the gantry with Darren Fletcher and Jermaine Genus. We have a $14.99 super chat from Jimmy Barr. G'day, Billy, mate. Sticking with the 1-1, but the closer the game gets, the more the optimism grows. Have a great quarter, as I'm sure you will. You always do. However, lads, thank you, Jimmy, and very much appreciated for the $14.99 Aussie dollars. And Jimmy Jones, our resident West Ham supporter. Good luck, people. Give everything you've got tonight and take Sunday off. Yeah. Unfortunately for you, I think a few of our players will be fit for Sunday, which kind of helps us, I guess. But who knows? We shall see. Hi to Calvin Adam. PSG says, sorry, PSG doesn't say it. Brian says, PSG have never faced a side like this with so much passion. Forget Mbappe. I'm not bothered about him. Trips will pocket him. It's the wonder kid in midfield. He's the unknown quantity, but shit hot. Liam Rayner says that Lascelles' captaincy in the Champions League match, so chuff the lad, a great servant to the club. And one that's in a bit of form at the moment, isn't he? So he would be playing obviously for full strength, but give Jamal a bit of credit. Let's hope he comes up with the goods tonight. Max Al says, Toon. Ian Badman, good evening to you. Hi, everyone. Looking forward to a great night. We all are indeed. Black and White Army Toon says Niall Powell. Also, don't forget, lads and lasses, the Football Content Creators Award. I think there's a link in the description. Go in there and vote for the Toon Review in the best Premier League podcast. I believe this category we're in. Keep on doing it. Clear your cash. Go in again. Do it in incognito mode. Do it as much as you like. But we were up against some serious competition with massive social media profiles. And so it would be a real joint killing if you can come away with some kind of award. You can help us do that by keep on voting for us in those Football Content Creator Awards. Carl says there's no reason we can't walk away with the points. We are good enough. And Niall says a draw would be a good result as well. Ian says the poor gets them. He certainly did. Noxie Owl School Lobley Hill says up the mags. Good afternoon to evening. Sorry to Trolls. Hope you're well, my friend. Let's get down to the half. Good evening to John Rowland. He says, need to scout Benjamin Sesko from Leipzig, next ball for Newcastle. Well, we did him in the transfer shows in the summer. Alex has done deep dives on him. So if you go back, you'll find him somewhere. Alpichuga, hello to you. Martin Watson, good evening to you. And below Martin Watson, we have Martin Wilson, who thinks 2-0. Hope you're right, my friend. Hope you're right. Ian McKenna says, hope everyone brought their fans to give Mbappe a nice, warm welcome. Yeah, let's make it as cold as possible for him. Jock says, I'm putting this in now. Isaac and Mickey to score. Well, we shall remember you if that is the case. Evening to Yano. Hope you're well. Harry says, let's go and get the W. Paul Sale says 3-0. We'll settle for that. Harry's from Texas. Good afternoon to you over there in the Texas there. I was going to say the Longhorn State, but is it? I'm not sure it is. Is it the Lone Star State? One of those two. Someone will tell me in the chat, I'm sure. Hello to Peel Keith. Hope you're well, my friend. Barbara over there in Ireland. Good evening to you. She said, good evening, everyone. Come on the Toon. Cushy, good evening to the Toon review, he says. Pushing down the comments. Ian says, Adam's on TNT Sports. He is. Yes, he's doing a bit of work for those today. Ian says 2-1. I think 2-1. Miggy first goal, Gordon the winner. And the Clon lad says, great TNC coverage from the NUFC content creators and fans. Well, lads, bring it on. Kevin Buey, good afternoon to you. Good evening. What's the afternoon? It's night. Good evening, Kevin. I hope you're well. Chipper says it's back, baby. It certainly is. Davey T says, no, Wilson, Botman, Willock, Joe Linton, but we are the mighty Toon Army and we will not be scared. We've got nothing to fear. Nothing to fear at all. You know, we've played against better sides than PSG this season already. So nothing to fear from PSG. They do have some speed. We have 1,000 Japanese yen super chat from Eddie over there in Japan. Middle of the night here, but can't miss his thanks to the Toon Review. As always, Eddie, thank you to you and your consistent support for the channel. Very generous you are, sir. Love you to bits, mate. Thank you very much. And Tassis here. Oi, lads and lasses. I'm in the van on the way yem, sipping a nice cold can. I'm not driving today. Mind nearly yem. Good for you. Yano says, quick thought for those who aren't here to witness this. RIP Chris Davis, Stu. Always missed. Yeah, that's a good thought, that, Yano. You know, people that have been on this Newcastle United train over the past 3 or 4 years on social media that we no longer have around us. Chris, Dave Harrison, of course, and Stu Flyboy. Hope they're looking up from above and blowing the ball in the net for us. King Hoddle, I was a Tottenham fan. Good evening, Toon. Should be a good game, this. I hope you're enjoying it, King Hoddle. Yeah, should be good. Troll saying hello to everyone. Matt is very excited. Ian says the best right back in the world against the best left winger should be interesting. I'm not sure Kieran is the best right back in the world, but he ain't far away. But he's certainly one of them, that's for sure. Whereas Kylian Mbappe is the best player in the world. I think there's no doubt about that. Peel Keith says a bit of naughty from PSG fans. Apparently, they were throwing sausage rolls at the Toon Army. They were separated by a cordon of police on both sides, and they were throwing sausage rolls at the Toon Army. From what I was seeing, it was hilarious. Yeah, although it did get a bit nasty. Elisha, good evening to you. Hope you're well. And Toon Army. However, lads, 2-1 to the Toon Army. Enjoy all. We are back here to a great match and a great show by the Toon Review team. Thank you, Anne. We will do our best. Carl Muir says, let's go with 15 minutes from kickoff. Currently, it's Jamal Lassalle's on the screen. And the PSG side has just been put up, which we've already mentioned to you, but they think they can get us clearly with the 2 forwards, 2 strikers. Pilocky says, rise. James Pope says, the King of Gateshead is in the house. Hello, all. Mika Luoma Aho. Away, me bonny lads. Hello to Brian. Saudi Isa. Hope you're well, my friend. Shane down in Australia. Down in Canberra. Anyone else absolutely shitting their pants? Got to be realistic. If you don't update, it could be a belting saying that 2-1 Newcastle. We shall see. After evening to Joanne. Hope you're well. She's nervous. I think we all are. Pet. Every one of us, yeah. Randall says, good evening, lads. Are you ready? Can you believe it? Well, This is the reward for last season's fantastic endeavours. You know, we should be believing it. Barry Cope, come on, lads, let's do this. 2-1. We will have goal music tonight, incidentally, when we score, if and when we score. So that's one thing that hasn't changed. Let's hope we hear it more than once, eh? A few times. Michael Ellison, hello, hi to all. Come on, the lads. John's back doors here. Who else we've got? Brian. Anyone see the PSG punch the young Georgie lass? No, I didn't see that. I'm making jokes about them throwing sausage rolls, but I haven't seen that. That's horrific if that's happened. Excuse me. Lewis Nightingale, good evening to you. Libertini Radio, good evening to you. George, he's not at the game. Paul's gone and you're not there. He'll be missing his Midget Jones, my friend. Highlighting last is missing the game tonight. Gutted. Yeah, it's if you can't make it, mate, you can't make it. Paul is there. He'll think you two are jinx somehow. You haven't seen each other for a few weeks. But you can enjoy it with us. Turn your commentary down, George, and follow it with me. I'll be unashamedly biased towards the Toon Army, of course. I will. Jacqueline Hood says, good evening. Excited, nervous, away the lads. Jason87 says, let's go. The Clonlad says, I can't believe Rio Ferdinand on TNT complete. Yes, he is. I would have my doubts to actually who he would be supporting in this stadium tonight. Never showed any kind of liking for the Newcastle United's club at all, apart from the previous owner who he was in cahoots with business-wise, wasn't he? Norvik Sutton, James Parker, he's already said. Hello, Liam. Hope you're well. Jim Plunkett says, excited here. Doesn't matter if we lose. Get a drubbing. This is all development for the club and a mark in the sand. Post Ashley era. However, the fucking lads. Yeah, I agree with that. Joey is shitting himself a bit. Everyone has to be at their best tonight. No one could pull a down in England and switch off. Indeed, horrific what he did over the weekend. 20 years of hurt is over. Back where we belong. Spike Milligan's in the house. Evening to you, Spike. Evening to you, family. Hope everyone's good. Hope for a win tonight. The flag's on show, and it's a fantastic show, to be fair. Black and white everywhere. It looks absolutely fantastic. The crowd are going to make it a white-hot atmosphere. The whole ground is been decked out by war flags. Once again, they've done a magnificent job to make the stadium as fantastic as it is. Rio Ferdinand actually looks shocked with what he's seeing. Shay Given, it's part of the course for him. And Laura Woods, she's too looks a bit shocked. And I don't think they can actually hear themselves speak. We can't hear themselves think, but it's a magnificent display, this one. They all are. This one looks even more than usual. Really, really does. No kind of sign of the PSG up there in level 7 at the Leeds end. We can't see what they're thinking of all this, but hello. It's terrific. It's terrific. They've really done a fantastic job, War Flags, for this, as they always do, but even more than usual. That's terrific. Vortex, evening to you. Evening, Niall. Clarky697, evening to you. Porter Street, Henderson, afternoon to you. Keith Dyke says it's on Paramount Plus in the States entirety. The pre-game shows about Mbappe. Guess he's just going to go out there solo and be Jesus. Well, if anyone can, it could be him. James Matthews says, have an incredible screen, Billy O, up the mighty Mags. I should do my best. Let's hope we can bring us victory today. It's been a while since I did one of these on my own, to be honest. Been a long time. It really is. But yeah, it's something I enjoy doing, but it seems a long time. Hi to you, Ian A. Evening to Tony. Andrew Johnson says 2-0 to the Toon. We're 10 minutes from kickoff. Mad Mag says today alone has felt like 20 years. Here's Rach, our Queen Mod in the background. Good evening, Billy. And everyone in the chat away. The lads, Secret Carper, up the Toon. We've got this. Evening to Lewis, Baz down under. I shall be happy with a point with all our injuries. Yeah, it's a fair point, I guess. In more than one way. Chris Irvin emotional again already. Yeah, it's hard not to be, mate. It's hard not to be. Christina Johnson in Tennessee, joining all from Tennessee. Al from Tennessee. How are the lads over there in the States? Jason says, let's ball some frogs. Ant says, good evening, Billy. How you doing? I'm fine. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm fine. Everything's cleared out. Everything's with me. I've got my drinks, my vape, my teeth. Don't know what I've got them for, but they're here. And ready for 90 minutes of white hot football from the Toon. Kieran, good afternoon to you. I keep saying good afternoon. It's good evening. It's mental. It's really mad. Vortex says can't be a better opening European return game at home than PSG. Indeed. Keith Dykes has been a member for 19 months now. I prefer to hit the thumbs down. That's why I've been a member this long. Mandy says, I take it, Paul. He is indeed. He's managed to make it to St James's. One not to miss. Where are we? Marius, good evening to you. Irish Toon says Dan Burnt left back, but it always was going to be. Pedro says, come on, the boys. Let's put on a show. Stiff Gator says, throwing sausage rolls is the ultimate sign of respect. Martin says, Biggie and Gorn to score. James says, hi, everyone, and hi, Bellini. On your own. Got the match on with Rach. Ready for the kickoff. Hope everyone is well. Thanks, James. Yes, we're all good. It's been a while since I've done one of these single-handed, I've got to say, but Stats I will be on at half-time. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Good morning over in Australia to Matt, or down in Australia. Paul Tully says, evening, everyone. If we're at it, we will maul them. 4-1 to the Toon. Love the optimism there. Love it. Buy that in spades, mate. Fantastic. Great report as well to go to Libertino. Mark Cooper. Good evening. No drones blazers due to health and safety. Yes. Kim Davidson, come on for a win. Paul says, going to be a tough task tonight, but I can't wait. David Knight says, I knew nothing would stop Paul going. Yep, well, it's a historic event, isn't it? Celine says, shitting myself at Eddie and the boys have me confident enough. That's good enough for me. Glad Paul managed to get to the match, says Christina. Losing to Wolves to PSG in the USC. Yes, indeed. In 2 years, brilliant. Yeah, it is. Scott says it hopes it was a Greg sausage roll. Side of it says amazing that the stadium was nearly full 45 minutes before kickoff. Going to be lit indeed. We have a 499 super chat from John Joe. He says we need to start fast and put them under pressure to get the fans involved in the game. 2-1 to the Toon. Come on, Toon. We can go top today. Absolutely. With a win, we can go top of the group. Dan says Shearer is hamming it up on Paramount Plus. Well, Shearer's got every right to ham it up. Come on, you Toon. Let's show these frogs what football is. Yep. Not sure about the description of our fellow cousins from across the channel there, but there you go. I guess in a certain day and age, it was okay to say things like that. I certainly won't be, unless, of course, they do us dirty. Okay. Anything could come out then. We ate sausage rolls for breakfast. Of course, we do. Season 29 says, imagine if we step up and grab a win, especially after the Arsenal and Man U loss would truly announce on the stage. Yeah, after last night's games, the English kind of flag has drooped a bit, hasn't it? Arsenal getting beat by Lens and Manchester United hilariously getting beat by Galatasaray. Nothing funny about that, was there? Sophia, good evening to you. Evening, guys. Hi, Billy. Brian Scott says, the fans, both sides have got me pumped. Haha, this is going to be epic. Big up, Billy. Hi, Brian. Tristan Hall says, PSG mean business have gone on front four. Looks that way, doesn't it? Let's hope we can kind of deny them the ball and take over in midfield. Lewis says, hopefully War Flags fight the shit out of them. Yes. NUFC says, everyone looking for a 2-goal win. We've got to be realistic. It's going to be a tough game tonight, but if everything goes our way and we put the effort in, get the crowd going for 90 minutes, we can do it. It's as simple as that. But make no bones about it, we are playing an elite world level side here. A side that possibly should have done better in this Champions League tournament over the years and yet haven't. They've had carte blanche to do what they like financially, which of course we haven't. But despite all that, they've never really looked like winning it. I think they got to the final one year, didn't they? In that ball fest with Bayern Munich. The teams are in the tunnel. Malcolm says, good morning, Warbilly. Looking forward to commentary as usual. Thanks, Malcolm. Down there, down under. We've got a Chelsea fan out here with us. M2, Chelsea fan from Perth, Australia. Always enjoy the commentary here. Good luck to Newcastle. Thank you very much, M2. Very much appreciated. Lee Kelly says, evening, Billy and everyone. Come on, the Toon Army. Don't forget, no spoilers tonight for Billy. 2-1 win for us. Great for Paul to get the match. Echo those words. Echo those words. Doesn't matter if we lose tonight, we could just demand a replay. That's what happens now, isn't it? Very, very, very topical. Very topical. Scaramanga, good evening to you. William Wee says, great to see you alone, only because it means Paul has fulfilled his dream. Plus, you are as good a commentator as anybody. Thanks, Will. Really appreciate that, mate. Really do appreciate that. Scaramanga says 2-1 win. Jealous of the fans who got a ticket. It's going to be electric. It looks electric. Teams are together in the tunnel. It looks very, very tight squeezing now at the moment. Interesting username here. But evening to you, Ivan. Like the black and white hearts. I'm not going to say your surname. AG says the night has come. The wife of PSG fan. We are enemies. Come on, Newcastle. Hope you come out on top, AG. And that means in the game and not afterwards, of course. Simon May says, evening all, of course, I'm nervous like I'm going in for a school exam. Yeah, it is like that. But the teams are coming out. The flags are flying. Hello, hello at one end of the ground. The Gallagate says, hello, hello. We are the Georgia boys. And a big banner. On the other end, we've got Monty the Magpie. It's fantastic, this. Monty the Magpie on a huge kind of disc type thing, but it's massive. It's like a surfer flag. But behind them all, it's the black and white flags flying in unison. It's terrific. And Kylian Mbappe looks suitably impressed. He's got a grin on his face. I don't think he's probably seen anything like this before. But the PSG fans all grim-faced. We'll remove this. Irish Chin says, can we all agree? Klopp is a knob. Yes, we can. Absolutely not. Absolutely is. Yeah, absolutely. Vortex says that's a Stark bench. Sophia says, I can't remember when I was last time. I was just nervous. Probably when you read one of Chippers' comments towards you, Sophie, if I'm brutally honest. Gutted, no Big Joe Wilson. Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough loss. Great to have this. Cheers, Wild Bill. You're no problem at all, mate. If my wife was PSG, I'd make it watch it elsewhere. Says Cider Eater. Their midfield doesn't look stellar. It's a Champions League one, though, King Huddle. You know, I agree with you, actually. I think we can win the game in midfield, if I'm perfectly frank. I forgot they bought Gonzalo Ramos. Decided to go with the two centre forwards tonight. Replay, definitely not, but I'm with them. Liverpool fans keep the fight. I'm with them. We should all join it if we all get this treatment. We do all get it. But it's strange how it's suddenly become apparent now. It's happened to them. They were never moaning about it before. That's my only issue with it. Wes Fullerton, good evening to you. Hope you're well. KBN UFC over in Belfast. Good evening, Billy. Here we go. 2-1 to the Toon. Where the lads come on the Toon. We can do this. Let's do it, lads. He says. Kendo says, might be a dull game. Only 7-0. Baz says, is Stato joining you at halftime? He will be joining at halftime. Probably not after the game. We will be doing a instant reaction on Patreon. If you're interested in that, the Patreon podcast, of course, which we do. Now, Peter says, even if I'd take Paul, he did. He dragged himself to the match. John Johnson, whichever way around it is, where the lads from Norway. Sides are out. They're on the pitch. It's not far away now. Paul in Max, even if I'm confident 3-1, let's have it. They are 100% beatable. Steve Hodgman, evening from Cairo. All you folks in the chat, evening to all of you. I'm not reading them out. It's because there's that many of them. We have 1,200 of you here with us. Already done the super chats, so we're all good. I'm going right down to the bottom. And is Billy really coming from half ago? I was indeed, but I'm not now. Bob says this feels like I'm watching a game on FIFA. Yes, it does. It's that kind of atmosphere, isn't it? We'll get the banner up. We do have a banner. There it is. Can we make that ticker? I want to make that ticker. I don't know how I can do that. How do you make tickers? Anyway, doesn't matter. Oh, well, there you go. We're out off already. Kickoff, we are 8 seconds in, folks. So if you want to pause, I missed the kickoff there by doing that banner stuff, but we are 14 seconds in. If you want to pause your commentary, if you're slightly ahead of me. Newcastle do have the ball with Tonali on this left-hand side, running at the PSG defence, goes for Gordon. First touch weren't great. Hakimi got in, played it back to Marquinhos, who clears it. First time, winner in the air there was Dan Burn. Bruno Guimaraes plays it out for Mickey, who flicks on with his head towards Isak. Little flick on from him. No one running in behind. And PSG can clear. And a great interception from Dan Burn there. And it will go for a throw into PSG in their half. King Holland 45 seconds, Ed. Well, pause it until you get to where we are then. We are exactly a minute into play at the moment. Thrown from PSG goes to Dembele. Square to Ugarte. Back he goes then to Skriniar in the central of the PSG defence. He goes square to Marquinhos and a ball out to Hakimi. Can he keep it? And he just can. And away goes Hakimi down this right flank for PSG to Dembele. Running at Dan Burn. Plays it in behind Dan Burn. Shares over to cover it. And Hakimi gets a foot to it. Out for a goal kick to Newcastle United. And Cher took a hefty kick there from Hakimi. A minute and a half on the clock, still no goals, of course. It was Enrique on the sideline there. Of course, he was part of that Barcelona side. That was humbled by Tino Asprilla many years ago, 1997. Indeed. It's a goal kick for Newcastle United, which Nick Pope has gone along with, not taking the risk. Gordon jumps in the air, beaten to it by Marquinhos. Bounce beats Dan Burn, and Dembele's away here, but Dan Burn gets goal side of him, and Dembele comes inside. Little ball in for Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery goes back to Achraf Hakimi in the right back role, but 10 yards into the Newcastle half. Square to Ugarte, plays it back to Skriniar from Inter Milan centre half. He goes square to Marquinhos, and Newcastle, everyone behind the ball here. Looks like Isak ahead. Well, it looks like a 4-4-2 at the moment, the way we're defending. A line of 4 in the middle of the park, which Gordon now is going to approach Hakimi. Isak puts a bit of pressure on Marquinhos. Back to Donnarumma it goes. Isak putting pressure on. Oh, we nearly got it too. Out to Marquinhos, and Gordon gets a foot in, and he's jeering the Leeds end up there. Got a foot in, goal kick. Newcastle are celebrating a goal kick to PSG. I've never seen that before. But Gordon did make the pressure count there. Brilliant. 3 minutes into the game, no goals, no hints of a shot yet. They are playing it from deep, short. Marquinhos goes long now, though, looking for Ramos. Gets him too. Bruno nearly intercepts it, but a head there from Longstaff. Long punt down the middle, over everyone's head, straight into the arms of Donnarumma. And he rolls out to Marquinhos, who tries to beat Gordon. Ball inside for Ugarte, played it square to Achraf Hakimi. Long ball looking for the winner of Ousmane Dembele. Pope will come out and take it in his arms just on the corner and the edge of his penalty area. Well played that by Nick Pope to be safe there. And Nick Pope can study the options. It doesn't look like we're playing from short tonight. He's rolled it to himself, in fact. And he chips it down the middle of the park looking for the head of Alexander Isak. Finds it too. Nods it down towards Gordon. Gordon doesn't make it. Tonali nearly gets a foot in. Back it's going to go to Fabian Cher, ahead of Ramos. Calm as you like from Cher. Brilliant. Now Bruno, little ball in for Tonali. Ball in for Isak, but it's headed by Isak into touch. It will be a throw-in by for PSG on the right-hand flank. But nice bit of play there from Bruno. Superb play from Cher. Very, very, very calm in defence to step inside Gonzalo Ramos and get the ball clear for Newcastle United. Hakimi with a throw to Ousmane Dembele. Back to Hakimi. He hoofs it across the other side of the pitch. First touch the ball for Kylian Mbappe. Is it Kylian Mbappe? Not sure it is, actually. It's back with the defence anyway. Skriniar to Ugarte. Played it square then to Hernandez. That's a good ball forward for this midfield player that we don't know who it is. He's gone wide. Now it is Kylian Mbappe going against Kieran Trippier. Lasaldo's come out to cover him. Cross to the far post. Dembele marked. It's a foot wide. A foot wide from Dembele there. Great move. Great ball from Mbappe. Lascelles went to cover because Trippier was caught slightly on the pitch. There's no flag there. Mbappe cut inside onto his right foot. Far post cross. It's a great ball. Dembele on the volley, and it's literally a foot wide. Good Lord. Very, very close. Could be a long, long night this. 5 minutes in, still no goals. And I will not be playing the goal music if PSG score. That's for sure. Again, Newcastle are going to go long from Pope, I think. The three defenders are back for the short pass, but there's speedsters in front of them, and there's no risk there. And Pope sliced that straight into touch on the halfway line. Will be a throw-in to PSG. Bang on the halfway line, right flank. No goals as yet, 5.5 minutes on the clock. Good touch there from Gordon. He's got his foot in again there, but it's with Marquinhos. He plays it square to Lucas Hernandez. Down the line, looking for the run of Mbappe, and it's actually Moani looking for the run. Lascelles plays it carefully back to Nick Pope. Nick Pope takes a touch and scoops out, and it's another poor clearance straight out for throw-in. Halfway inside the Newcastle half. Taken already. Nearly robbed there from Longstaff. Now it's with Miggy. Good ball from Bruno Gomes. Bruno running away from Ugarte. Plays a ball, doesn't beat. There's a foul there. Referee didn't see it, and he plays advantage. Tonali on this right flank, inside for Gordon. Gordon cuts inside further, and he's cropped down by Ugarte. We'll get a free kick for that. And no card for Ugarte. Should have been, probably. It was a pretty cynical foul. And Newcastle have a free kick just about the halfway line area, which Fabian Schär has left for Kieran Trippier, which tells me this is going long and maybe a chance to get ahead on the ball close to the PSG penalty box. And who knows what can come of this. 7 minutes virtually on the clock and just a couple of seconds shy of that. There goes the ball in, looking for Newcastle. Finds it nearly got to Isak on the far post. Donnarumma came out and took it in his arms. Very, very close there. Good free kick from Kieran Trippier, but Donnarumma has it. He has Isak in front of him. He bowls it out to Marquinhos, to Achraf Hakimi, who's got pace galore, and Gordon does run back to help out. Back to Dembele. First time ball from Ugarte is really, really sliced. And it will be a throw in the left back area for Newcastle United. Poor that from Ugarte. The PSG Ultras are bouncing in level 7 with their flags on show. This first view of those French Parisians. Of course, all Parisians are French, I would guess, but PSG fans. Anyway, thrown's taken. Dan Burn has it. Goes all the way back to Schär. Nice ball for Bruno. Rolls it forward for Isak's got to get there first. Does Tonali. Poor ball from Tonali. Straight to Lucas Hernandez, who was looking for the run of Miggy. Plenty of space in behind the fullback there, and it should have been a good ball there, but it wasn't. Toon Band says you want a row machine. No, I'm just nervous, mate, watching this game. But anyway, Marquinhos has it. Plays it to Achraf Hakimi. Back to Marquinhos. Evaded the pressing of Gordon. And the press is now non-existent. Donnarumma has it. Isak goes towards him and forces Donnarumma to play a nice ball there to Hernandez. But motion down the line, and Mbappe comes to the ball, but Lascelles gets there before him. Don't think I've ever said that before, and he puts it out for a throw-in. To PSG, 8.5 minutes just over on the clock. PSG has it deep with Marquinhos. He's going to switch it back to Skriniar. Looks like Skriniar. There's a little bit of pressure coming from Miggy. Back to Donnarumma. Miggy's going to continue the press. Donnarumma just bypasses him back to Skriniar. And Skriniar plays it through the middle of the park for Ramos. Back then to Emery. Zaire Emery. And the PSG centre-halves have it between themselves with Marquinhos. The Brazilian draws two players in. That's a nice bit of play. Good defence from Dan Burn. Gets headed to it. And we'll go to a throw-in. There is lots of energy from the Newcastle side at the minute. The energy is good, if not the style. The PSG are playing with all the panache at the minute, and a nice bit of play, but it's going to fall to Bruno. Bit of a slide in there. Nearly took Bruno out. It's Tonali, in fact, that won the ball. Ball inside for Isak. Isak's 30 yards from goal. Turns and plays it wide for Gordon. Gordon going one-on-one with Hakimi. Turns back and plays it back to Burn. Now it's with Tonali on his left flank. Went to give Burn the ball back while cut out, but Tonali does receive the rebound and goes all the way back to Schär. Schär will go to Lascelles, and Lascelles can look where he can pass it at. being pressed. He plays a nice ball, well cut out there from Hernandez, and it's going to be a throw into Newcastle United. But good play from Newcastle. That was a good play from that. How am I doing a Finn watch along without time? Well, I keep saying it to Sam. If you're not happy, there's other places to go. Anyway, the ball is with Newcastle, and it's back with Fabian Schär on the halfway line. 10.5 minutes gone. And a poor ball from Dan Burn straight into play. Straight out of play, I should say. The ball is with Dembele and Hakimi playing it amongst themselves, but it's in a defensive area of the pitch here. It's with Marquinhos. Ball is cut out from Dan Burn. Nodded back from Longstaff to Fabian Schär. Schär's pressurised, did brilliantly to get away from Ramos. Plays it into Bruno. Bruno's being hustled by Ugarte. Strengthens off and plays it to Trippier. Nice first pass to Almiron into Bruno again. He's made a great run. Tries to play in behind the PSG defence. Isak's got it in the penalty area. Has he been penalised? He's been penalised. That's nonsense. Is it for a push or is it for offside? I'm not sure. That's a ridiculous decision by the referee if it is a push. No push there. It's ridiculous, that is. Hernandez just totally misjudged that. 11:40 on the clock. Gordon nearly takes it off Hakimi, but Hakimi gets it inside to Ugarte. Tonali on his case, but he gets away from it with a spin. Plays it wide then to Ousmane Dembele. Dembele's been forced back from Dan Burn. Been forced a long way back, but a little ball inside. Longstaff gets Emery on the run. Here is Ramos. Plays it wide here for Achraf Hakimi against Anthony Gordon. He's got Dembele to his right. Is it Mbappe who's come over this side of the pitch? This time it is. Mbappe's on the right-hand side, as we said. He's gone inside for Ugarte. And then to Warren, Zaire Emery. Hernandez to Dembele. Looks like they've swapped sides now, the two PSG wingers, but poor ball from him. Bruno has it, looking for a pass, gives it to Isak. Isak knocks it further forward to Gordon. Gordon with his back to goal. Plays to Tonali. That's a good ball from Tonali into Isak, going up against Skriniar here. Cuts inside Skriniar with a great bit of play. It's Hakimi, in fact, tries to bend it around the PSG defender, but it's blocked. Ball from Trippier off his head and back from Newcastle. Nice bit of possession here from Newcastle. Schär will go all the way back to Nick Pope. And this is good play from Newcastle. 13 minutes on the clock, let's say. Just a couple of seconds short, and Nick Pope plays it square to Fabian Schär. Dan Burn down the line to Gordon. Gets there before Hakimi. Gordon plays it to Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno's playing it for Lascelles. Lascelles going to be pressured by Kylian Mbappe. Takes a touch, plays to Trippier. First time ball for Longstaff. Longstaff goes back to Trippier. Little chip. That's a lovely little flick with his outside his foot to Longstaff. Ball inside then to Miggy. Miggy goes back towards the right flank and is robbed, it looks like. Will it fall for Isak? It may do. Oh, nearly did. Ugarte got a foot in. Poor ball from Hakimi. Gives it straight to Miggy. 30 yards from goal. Went for his left foot and it went over the bar. First chance for Newcastle. It is a good open game, this. Newcastle certainly no shrinking violets tonight. Paul there from, was it Ugarte? It was. No, it was Hakimi who gave the ball away. To Miggy, he advanced on the penalty area, tried to put it in the top corner. Donnarumma waved it over the bar. Into the Lee's end it went. But poor there from Achraf Hakimi defensively. I'll have a little drink. There's 1-0 to Celtic at the moment against Lazio. Looks like Kingo has scored, whoever he may be. But Newcastle have the ball with Bruno getting manhandled off the ball. But great strength from Bruno to keep hold of it. Inside to Longstaff. Ball to the feet of Miggy, who's come inside. Great turn from Miggy. That's a foul, referee. And he gives it to. And give a yellow card here. Tonali's over the ball. But the referee's asking for the PSG player to go to him. Hernandez. Is he going to get a yellow card for this? He might do, you know. Great turn from Miggy to approach. Oh, it's a poor tackle. It is Lucas Hernandez with a tackle, it looks like. Or is it? No, it's Ugarte, in fact. It's about his third one. Maybe yellow card if this. I'm not sure. But we do have a free kick. It's a good 35 yards from goal. Do we have the players with the technique to get this over the wall and down? I'm sure we do. Cogni Hoddle doesn't understand why Verratti left them. He went to Saudi Arabia, I'm guessing. Trippier's over the ball. It's his side, I guess. 28 metres to goal, which is about 33 yards. So, of course, in the UEFA and in the European games, everything's done in metres and centimetres. Trippier goes for distance, hits the wall. It was a low fizzer more than a curver. Ball inside from, good header from Tonali, but straight into the arms of Donnarumma. And it's been a good game so far. Nearly 16 minutes gone, still no goals, but Newcastle United certainly not shrinking violets. They're both going in at hammer and tongues. And at the minute, Ashraf Hakimi has it, plays it all the way back to Marquinhos. Yeah, Qatari's gone, yeah. So that's why he's gone. Fall for a bit of that, mate. Oh, Greg on the foot, Isak in the box! Great save, Donnarumma falls to Miggy! 1-0 Newcastle United! It's a goal from Miguel Almiron! And it's come from a PSG mistake! But you know what? We're getting goal! The music here! He'd had a frigging heart attack then. Came from a mistake. Isak should have scored, but it was a great save, Donnarumma. But the ricochet rebound fell to Miggy, who's finished with a plum. We're seeing that again here. It was a chip ball from Marquinhos. Didn't work. Fell to Isak on the penalty spot. Volleyed it first time straight into the feet of Donnarumma. The rebound fell to Miggy, who advanced on it with aggression and planted it with his left foot in that far right corner. What a finish from Miguel Almiron. And it's 1-0 Newcastle! Let's have it. Brilliant finish. It really is. You've never seen a better finish than that from Miggy. He's hit the side of the net and the corner of the goal. It's one of them that's impossible to stop. But Miggy is really, really pumped for this. And we've started this game with fantastic, intention. Aggression. Mr. Mbappe doesn't look very happy, shrugging his shoulders. And I think, the press is on again. They've started already. And Donnarumma clears it long, looking for Dembele. Gets there before Burn, but Shares sweeping up behind him. And he knocks it down the line, looking for Gordon. Gordon's first touch is okay. It's Longstaff, in fact, here's Gordon. Great ball, Gordon. One touch there from Longstaff into the path of Bruno. Bruno's looking for the ball here. He's got Trippier on the overlap. Intercepted by Zaire Emery. Alan Shearer there in the crowd, clapping away. He loves this. He loves this, the energy and the appetite from Newcastle United. It's fantastic so far. 18 minutes in, a 0-0. And what a goal that is. What a goal that is. Going to be a free kick to PSG here. Something happening every second of the game. You can't look away from it. I'll look away to get me cannon. Something else is happening. It's an amazing game of football, this. It really is. It really is. Terrible ball there from Skriniar this time, I think. It's straight into the path of Tonali. Wide he goes to Miggy. He's the man to have it at the minute. He cuts inside. Mbappe comes back to help out and takes it off him. And now PSG on the counter. Going through the middle here with, I think it's Emery. Wide for Dembele. Going up against Dan Burn. Cuts inside, goes back on the outside again. Crosses across. Good foot in there from Jamal Lascelles on the cover. And out for a throw-in. Christ, something's happening every second. It's really hard to take your eyes off it. It's fantastic stuff. And a great tackle there from Bruno. And he's another one pumping the crowd up to get the tackle in. And again, we've won off the ball from the throw-in. Great play that from Tonali to win it. Isak couldn't quite get to the ball from Tonali, but brilliant from Tonali. Anyway, it's with Emery. Square will come to... Will he go to Ugarte? Doesn't he? Goes wide for Hernandez instead. And now to Kylian Mbappe wide on that far side. Ball inside for... Well, Bruno with a fantastic... Took it off Mbappe's toe with a little back flick. Isak then plays it backwards to Fabian Schär, who can't be too confident there, but he does get the ball away. Little 1-2 with Longstaff's great. And now Gordon can turn and have a go at Hakimi here. He has to go backwards, so... And back he goes to Fabian Schär, who has started this game fantastically, I've got to say. $4.99 super chat from George T. I can imagine Paul dancing around the leagues. He's hoping he doesn't hurt himself. Exactly, yeah. It was a fantastic goal. I nearly gave myself a coronary. Couldn't believe what I was seeing. The poor defensive play from PSG was ridiculous, really. But anyway, they do have the ball with Hernandez, and wide it goes to Mbappe, who's going at Trippier this time. There he is. Trippier, Mbappe is coming inside a little bit. Floats a ball on his far side. It's slightly skewed, but it gets to Dembele in the end. Pushes it past Burn. Burn gets a long left leg to it and puts it out for the throw-in. As Dembele was running past him. But the Newcastle crowd love that. They love it. That's the kind of tackle they want to see. Hakimi goes all the way back to Marquinhos in the Newcastle half and back further to Skriniar in the PSG half and then wide to Lucas Hernandez. PSG playing amongst the defence, which is good for us because they've been very slack at the back, I've got to say. Certainly in possession. Hakimi plays that ball forward, a little nudge in the back from Tonali, but they do get away. Good football out from PSG. Hakimi's continued his run. And now goes to Mbappe. Mbappe's 30 yards from goal. Wide he goes. Cross comes in, but it's a poor one and Cher clears it. May have been Dembele who gone through the side there to get the cross in. Hernandez has it now. No, it's Emery, sorry. Zaire Emery. Now it's Hernandez. Zaire Emery again. They're very fluid, this PSG front line. They're kind of floating, all of them. Not seen much of Kolo Muani, to be honest, at the minute. Who's a threat, but we're keeping him out of the game pretty well. Lascelles marking him, and yeah, they've kept the ball from him. But the minute it's with Skriniar, ball through the middle for Zaire Emery, gets it well. He's got Mbappe to his left. He's got Ramos to his right. Goes from distance, and he's 5 yards wide. Ali says, what colour are we playing? We were in our black and white stripes with white shorts. 22 and a half minutes on the clock. So we're halfway through the first half. It's been a fantastic first quarter of the game for Newcastle United, all culminating with a goal from Miggy Almiron with a fantastic finish. But it was kind of laying on the plate for him from the PSG defence. Head down and burn it on, looking for... It's Isaac Sinio! Thought he was in there. Long leg of Marquinhos managed to get away, but Newcastle only attack with Tonali, who's done brilliantly. He's got given a foul against him there, the referee. Little lulling play while there's a free kick to PSG. I'll have a little vape, and we shall continue 23 minutes into the game. Hakimi has it in the right back area for PSG, looking for the ball. Oh, that's a great tackle there on Warren's Zaire Emery. Cher has it. Ball inside there, looking for Miggy. That was a poor pass from Miggy. He'd come one inside, but he's trying to get the ball back. But PSG are on the attack now. And it's a ball trying to get in behind Trippier to Mbappe. Didn't work. And a nice ball from Trippier to Miggy, who's made his way back out to that right flank. Miggy only against Skriniar. Goes inside. Oh, slightly deflected, but it does go to Isaac. Isaac has got it. Back it goes to Longstaff. Longstaff now looking for a pass. Where's he going to go? Goes all the way back to Cher. Cher floats the ball out to that far side for Trippier. 3 men on him. Trippier gets a nice little nod in for Almiron. Just slightly overhit. We're going to get a corner for this, actually, because it's cleared from Marquinhos, and we'll get a corner. Very, 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 very panicky defending, I'd say that. Could have gone back to the keeper. Chose not to. Donovan didn't come for it, in fairness to Marquinhos, and he just put it away from the corner. So we're going to have a set piece here to attack. Trippier obviously will take it. Will be an outswing with his right foot. We're 1-up. It's 24 minutes and 20 seconds into the game. Bruno's in the box. Tonali, Isaac, Cher, I can see there. Big Dan Burns obviously there. Jamal Lascelles will be there somewhere. Let's see what these... Here comes Jamal Lascelles is arriving late on the scene, actually. Being shadowed by Gonzalo Ramos. Bit of... It's a low one. Shot! Oh, my God, Cher, an inch wide. It was a low one. It was a fantastically thought-out move. Trippier went low across the box. It got to Cher's right foot, and this is... Oh, it's an inch wide. Good Lord. Donovan was beaten too. Christ almighty. That is so close. PSG playing from deep again, and we've got the press on, and Almiron took the ball off Hernandez. Fantastic endeavour and energy. Still a goal up. 6 attempts on goal for Newcastle, 2 on target, only 2 from PSG thus far. A little nudge on the back there, but it does fall to Gonzalo Ramos, and he's played it in for Kolo Muani. It's actually Mbappe who's come central. Yeah, it's Mbappe. Now to Dembele. Trouble here. Great foot in there from Byrne. Will Bruno get there? He doesn't. It's Emery. Emery turns back, looking for a pass. Goes square to Gonzalo Ramos. Gonzalo Ramos is lining it up. And it's just wide. Might be a deflection. Might be a corner to PSG, this. But Gonzalo Ramos lined it up. Does Lascelles get a little thigh on it? He does. Yeah, good block. And it'll be a corner to PSG. And then Mbappe going for the byline. He's put that out of play. Will be a goal kick. He wants a corner. Not going to get one for that. You've shooed it out of play, Killian, my lad. Killing me softly with his song. Killing me softly with his song. He can't believe it's not a corner. No, he's not very happy, Mr. Mbappe. Mr. Mbappe isn't very happy. Dear me. 26.5 minutes on the clock. Still a goal to 0 to Newcastle United. As you can see on the banner, Nick Pope's played it long, looking for that of Dan Byrne, who's gone forward there. A skewed clearance there, but it will fall for McGee. Take it down. His instep nearly falls for Isak, but a foot in for Ugarte. Gets it back to Skriniar, and he plays it just in front of Lucas Hernandez in the left-back position. Back to Skriniar it goes. Skriniar being approached by Man City, 1-up in Leipzig, by the way, Phil Foden goal. Not that we care. Newcastle do win the referees give a free kick for that. That's absolute bollocks. The players fell over and the referees bought it, Kovacs. Gonna see it now. No one's touched him, and he's literally dived to the floor 2 seconds after the ball's gone away from him, and the refs give a free kick. Scandalous bit of refereeing there from whoever it was. It's Kovacs, isn't it? Hungarian, I believe he is. 27.5 on the clock, still a goal to 0 Newcastle. Been a fantastic performance thus far. And I can't hear the crowd, but I'm sure they are kicking off and providing a hostile atmosphere, because PSG have looked like rabbits in the headlights at times in this first half. Certainly the defence have. And it was a defensive error that led to the goal, in fact. World-class defenders kind of don't know what's going on. But anyway, Emery's gone a little bit forward and he's put a ball in the back there for Ramos. Great challenge from Cher to get in. Cher's gone down injured. May have hurt his shoulder. Or jaw. He's holding collarbone, jaw. It's one of the two. But it's fantastic anticipation. I'm not sure he actually got hit. It's more his shoulder, I think. But a fantastic bit of defending from Fabian Cher, who really has started this game off in a world-class manner. It's his shoulder, in fact. Oh, dear me. Gets to his feet. And he's holding his collarbone, shoulder area. But terrific defending from Fabian Cher, that. The ball is all the way back with the PSG defence. They've gone all the way back, and Gordon gets a foot in, and once again he G's up the crowd, and PSG have a thrown in their own half, and it goes then for Ugarte back to Hakimi. Again, square to Ugarte, goes all the way back to Skriniar, just in front of the penalty area for PSG. Plays it in for Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery plays it wide then to Lucas Hernandez. He's got Kylian Mbappe and an inside right just in front of him, and he's got Kolo Muani to the wide actually, but Newcastle win the ball back with Bruno. Brilliantly from Bruno. Square ball for Longstaff. Can Longstaff get a foot in there? He can. Takes it past one. We'll play it square for Dan Byrne on his left flank. Byrne looking for a ball up the line. In fact, he didn't do that. He should have done. And in fact, PSG can attack now with Hakimi. Byrne could have got a foot in there. Did told him not to. Dembele plays it across. Poor ball. Bruno takes it away. Great reading of the play from Bruno. Ball in for Isak. Isak's first switch ain't great, but he just keep hold of it. Back to Bruno. Bruno in just in front of the penalty area. Plays a long ball, looking for the run of nobody in particular. The way he was lining up, it looked like a fantastic pass. Unfortunately, there was no one within 20 yards of it, and back to the keeper it went. And now PSG are back on the attack again with their defensive pairing of Marquinhos and Skriniar playing it amongst themselves. Little chip from Marquinhos, returning the ball back to Skriniar. And Lazio have replied, equalised at Celtic. Vecchio, it looks like I scored that one. Ugarte has it square. He goes then to Hernandez. Back inside for Skriniar. Newcastle again with two lines of four. Or in fact, a 4-5-1 kind of formation at the minute. Pressure coming from Tonali, wins it too. Can Isak get there? He can't. And in fact, the referee gives a free kick. Absolute bollocks. Nothing wrong with that at all. But PSG take the free kick quickly and go down the line for Muani. Muani inside for Mbappe, and back he goes then to Hernandez and inside then to Emery. Emery just inside the Newcastle United half on the left-hand side of the pitch. Emery received it back from Hernandez and will go square for Ugarte in the centre circle for PSG. Then wide he comes to Hakimi. Hakimi's looking further wide to Dembele, going against Dan Burn. Cuts inside Dan Burn. Dan Burn follows him. Then he cuts inside further and goes all the way across the pitch to Hernandez. Hernandez goes wide to Randall Colomwani. And then inside again to Emery. Then in Ugarte. They're getting slight possession here. Territory, but a great footing from Gordon. Long hoof clearance. Isak gets a good leap in, but doesn't win the ball. But the ball just falls to Marquinhos the halfway line, and square he goes to Hernandez. Little bit of pressure coming here from PSG. First time they've had a prolonged some kind of period of possession. And at the minute, it's with Hakimi. Still in the PSG half. Then down to Dembele. Pressure from two players, but he gets it back to Hakimi. And they're just trying to take the sting out of the game at the minute, PSG. They have a goal down. We are 31.5 minutes into this first half. And it's with Skriniar now. He can advance it a little bit. There's no pressure on him. He goes wide then to Mbappe, who's gone further wide. Swapped again with, but they've lost it. Trippier wins it brilliantly. Bruno has it now. Bruno advancing it. Goes to Isak. What can Isak do? Well, he's lost out. That's what's happened. Good kind of return play from Emery. And Isak gets a foul. There's a foul there. He's fouled Hernandez. Might get. I think they both hurt themselves there. Hernandez is holding his shin as if he's been kicked on the shin. I think he's trying to get kind of punishment here for Isak. Is it that bad? No, it isn't. Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. You can't ask for links in the chat, I'm afraid. The one worst off is Isak here. And we will have physiotherapists on the pitch. I'll take a little breath. Good Lord. Two and a half minutes into the game. Still a goal to nil, and Isak's getting. Well, it looks like he may have cut his head because there is a patch going onto his above his eye, like a boxer gets in the corner. I've just seen the goal again. Isak's volley was at the feet of Donovan. They did brilliant to get to actually. The rebound fell unfortunately for him, but greatly for us to the feet of Miggy Almon. A better left foot in the country, I don't think we've got. And he's curved it into the bottom corner of the net. And the Toon army went absolutely mental. And quite rightly so. Quite rightly so. So Isak's getting patched up, stitches maybe. I'm not sure. Almon's going to get a drink. I know he's gone to talk to Trippier. Conversations being had with Eddie Howe, Sandro Tonali. There's lots of claret on the pitch here. Isak's well cut open here. Let's hope it's not a concussion sub, because otherwise we are going to have to make a change, and we have no striker on the bench. Isak's still prone. May we see the old Paul Ince headband job here? Potentially, could be. Slightly concerned about the concussion protocol here. Because it's a bad cut. It's still applying the compress onto it, so it's still bleeding, and it's been a minute after the actual event. Maybe a bit longer. Yeah, it's a bit concerning, this. Because our kind of bench is, it's very threadbare. There's no strikes on it. And take Isak out of it, we have no focal point up front, do we? But Isak's now on his haunches. He's still bleeding, which is rain is falling at St James, incidentally. We're 35 minutes in, but we've had 2 minutes of this, and we are getting the bandage around the head. mummy returns type thing. Don't put it over his eyes, whatever you do. And Alec Isak gets to his feet and will continue. The referee told him to get off the pitch. Maybe he'll have to change it. No, there's no blood in his shirt. Can I just say he's reminiscent of a pint of Guinness, Alexander Isak, at the minute. But Isak goes off the pitch and looks okay. It's just a case of a cut, that's all. PSG have continued with Town's 10 men at the moment. 6:34 in possession in PSG's favour here, but they are on the attack. Great play from Trippier, cut the ball out. Lovely volley pass, great dummy, and Tonali can advance. Great ball to Gordon. Now let's see Gordon's pace against it's Marquinhos, so he should be able to get past him. Cuts inside Marquinhos, does really well. It's a poor pass though, and it's cut out by Hernandez. Really poor pass from Gordon. But great play from Bruno to win. It's actually Longstaff. Was it Lascelles? And Bruno's crippled by a terrible tackle. Great tackle from Lascelles. Foul from Mawani. Isak's back on the pitch now. Bandaged up. Ready to go for more. 36 and a half on the clock. There will be 3 or 4 minutes of added time. And it's a free kick to Newcastle United. About, I'm going to say 10 yards into the PSG half, right-hand side of the centre circle. Kieran Trippier is going to take it, floats one in. High line from PSG. Isak takes it on his foot, but he didn't get there. Byrne has it now. Byrne takes a touch, takes 2 touches, and probably shouldn't have done. But he gets the ball down the line. It's slightly out of play. Just take 1 touch down, for Christ's sake. 1 touch and pass it. Don't take 2 touches. You're going to lose it. And that's what happened then. Max Arwell is gone. Anyway, Pope has it. And wide he goes then to Trippier. Trippier, Moani in front of him. Plays. That's a great ball. Miggy's in here. Miggy against 2. It's fouled. Trip there on the edge of the box. That's going to be a yellow card against Hernandez. Has to be. And it was nearly a red. Max Arwell has been banned for ridiculous spoilers. M2, don't worry. He's gone. 1,400 of you in the chat. Miggy was in there. Hernandez had no answer to him. He's really been taken to the cleaners from Miggy Almiron his first half. And as Pedro keeps says, these are fucking rattled. I agree. Let's take a little drink before this free kick. It's the wrong side for Trippier. I think it's got to be a cross. Miggy pulled to his feet by Mr. Mbappe. Yeah, that's that man who put that ridiculous spoiler in. It hasn't happened. Any spoilers of any kind, whether true or false, you're out of here. It's as simple as that. Spoiling it for all the fantastic people who are watching with us. We are on 38 and a half minutes. There will be 4 or 5 minutes of injury time. But it's a free kick. Dan Burn, Isak, Cher, Lascelles all in the middle. Corner of the box. I think Trippier's going to fizz this one in. Here he comes. Steps up to it. It's a little floater looking for a header. He gets Isak. What's happened there? This ball's still in play, by the way. Other one went to near post. It's Bruno chips it to far, looking for Bayer. Oh, what a save, Donnarumma! How the hell's he kept out? Well, the referee's blew his hand up here. It might be a goal or a penalty. Something's going on. Donnarumma's performed absolute wonders there, but has goal line technology give us a goal here? I'm not sure. A VAR looking at something. I'm not sure there's something happening here. I can't hear what's happening. Brilliant. Oh, great save, Donnarumma. Has it gone out of play? It may have gone out of play. Bruno went for the near post. It's a great save. It's not gone out of play. Bruno then curved the top post. Head through. That's in. That's in the net. That's got to be a goal, surely. That's well in. Dan Burn, it looks like a goal to Newcastle United as far as I'm concerned. Donnarumma's clawed that out from about 3 yards inside the net there. It's a goal check. We're getting a goal check here, so it could be 2-0 Newcastle. And of course, this is VAR in action. It's a fantastic chip to the back post from Bruno Guimaraes and a bullet header from Dan Burn. The ball has gone 3 yards over the line. Donovan has made a miraculous stop on it. But for some reason, we're getting a goal check here. But there's no offside, surely. It can't be offside. Oh, no. Bruno's not offside there. Bruno then chipped it to far post. Burn at the far post. That's well in. Well in. It's 2 yards over. Can't see an offside there. They can't be giving it to Bruno offside because he's not. Still VAR looking for this. Are they looking for an excuse to disallow this? I honestly don't know what to say here. Looks onside to me, Bruno. The only thing I could see was whether Bruno had... Well, is the ref going to the screen? No, he's not. I'm still looking at... They can't disallow this, surely. That's never offside. That's never offside. The Toon army waited bated breath, but the skill check's still going on. To me, there's no offside there. No one knows what's happening. Certainly not me. The referee's waiting. Why are they waiting so long? Why is it taking 2 minutes? They're looking for every reason to disallow this goal. We've seen this in the Premier League. Oh, this is ridiculous. It really is. It's going to be about 20 minutes of overtime in this first half, the way things are going. Still we're away. And it's been 2 minutes after the actual event happened. The only thing I could think of is maybe Bruno's offside from the original shot, but he wasn't. And he certainly ain't offside from the second one. Go Newcastle! Let's have some music. Eventually, the right result came. It was a goal from Dan Burn, and it's Newcastle United 2, Paris Saint-Germain 0. Unbelievable header, but why were they even looking in the first place? Are they thinking it's a handball against Jamal Lascelles? If it is, it's not deliberate. Well, if anything, it's a head. Well, I don't know. I don't care now. The goal's been given. But Donnarumma performed wonders there. And actually, how he got to that first shot was twice. Bruno went offside there. Chipped to the far post. Powerful header from Dan Burn. He's got everything behind it. And even then, Donnarumma got a hand to it, but unfortunately, he was 10 yards in his net. So it's 2-0 Newcastle. The onside against Bruno, absolutely could see that a mile off. This is how you do VAR. It might have took a while, but we got there in the end. And it's 2-0 Newcastle. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Incroyable, as they say in the Dordogne. Again, the pressure from Anthony Gordon, and again, he's G'ing the Toon army up. They really are the 12th man tonight. Newcastle 2, Paris Saint-Germain 0. And this is echoes of what happened in 1997 here. We really have give it to these. And once again, panic in the PSG defence. And it's hoofed out of play for a Newcastle United throw-in. They really can't handle the pressure here, can they? Dan Burn will take this throw-in. It's 15 yards short of the PSG penalty area. And Dan Burn's looking for a ball, and he's throwing it down the line to Sandro Tonali, little flick inside. Burn again plays to Tonali, who first time volleys it as a cross. Hernandez gets it clear it. Trippier's first one on the ball, he gives it to Almiron. Almiron goes back to Trippier. Can Trippier get there? He does get there, but he's just put it wide. And I tell you what, PSG are rattled. We've got a bit of injury time to come here. It'd be great to get another goal now. It really would. Achraf Hakimi's been yellow carded incidentally for his protestations forlornly at the Newcastle United second goal. Kylian Mbappe, he's not actually sure what's happening here. But anyway, ball's down the pitch. Lascelles comes and covers. Nick Pope coming all the way out of his goal there, but Lascelles is brilliant. He gets a foot in again. Isak takes down his chest, under hit to pass to Tonali. Out of play it goes. So throw into PSG. Going to be a lot of injury time here, folks. Isak was down for 4 or 5 minutes, and I think we might have a good 10 minutes of injury time here. 4.99 from George T. Super Chat. Get in, he says. Yeah, absolutely. Tonali trying to put a bit of pressure there on Ugarte, who's looked very average tonight so far, as all of PSG defenders have. It's with Hakimi inside he goes then to Ugarte. 7 minutes we've got. 7 minutes of added time. That might be a bit frugal, I think. But the ball is wide with Hernandez inside for Emery. Zaire Emery pressured by Longstaff. Wide he goes then to Hernandez, back to Emery, back to go to Skriniar. And then a curved ball all the way down to Hakimi, who will come down to Dembele, who will have a go at the goal scorer, Dan Burn. Cuts inside, gives it to Ugarte. Bruno gets done there by Dembele and tried to bring him down, but Dembele has gone to return. He looks the most dangerous, actually. Hakimi on this right flank inside. Can we get a foot in there? We can't. Hakimi has got it wide. The ref has given the free kick. He has, yeah. Could have played the advantage, didn't do so. We are in the first minute of 7 of added on. Foul from Sean Longstaff. Could have played the advantage, chose not to. It's a free kick. Luis Enrique looks 20 years older than what he did earlier. He's got a wet head of hair through the rain, and he's constantly on the whine to his coaches and people like that. We don't want to concede now before half time. Anyway, it's a free kick. It's going to be, we've got Mbappe and Dembele over it. Two greats of world football, of course. In fact, it's not. It's Hakimi and Dembele. Mbappe is. Pope comes with, gets a great fist to it too. Gets distance to it. Ugarte picks it up. He's got Longstaff on his case. In fact, it's Bruno, and Trippier steps in. And Newcastle win a throw in. Terrific play from Trippier and Bruno there. Good Lord. 2 minutes into this 7 minutes of injury time. Stato will be on at half time. Oh, dear me. Stripped to the torso, Geordie children there in the crowd celebrating, which you see a lot of. And PSG have it back with Hakimi. Ball through the middle, shepherds it fantastically back to Nick Pope, who's let the ball run as far as he possibly can, and then picks up just short of the byline under a little tiny bit of pressure from Mbappe. Trippier has it on the right flank, little ball inside to Bruno. Tonali, Bruno, fantastic bit of football between those two. Wide to Gordon's got room to run if he wants to. Could play it for Tonali, didn't do so. Gordon's been a bit disappointing first half, and in fact he was fouled there from Hakimi, who is a yellow card, of course. Interesting there, referee. I'm not sure we're going to see Hakimi second half. That's clumsy. You know, yellow carded and doing things like that. Questions to be asked. Questions to be asked. But we've got a free kick, which Kieran Trippier has come all the way across the pitch to take. Will be an in-swinger into the box. Jimmy Barr, $7.99 Australian dollars. And it's just gone out of show, so I'll have to go to it. Ball's gone in. Looking for the far post. Lascelles tried to chest it past the Ugarte, and we get a goal kick to PSG. Jimmy says the boy from Blythe, our big Dan Burn, 3:30 a.m. here. I'm struggling to stay contained at work, so in a camp, but I'm screaming inside. Jamal, solid. Yes, I agree with every word of that. Thanks, Jimmy, for your kind donation. PSG have taken the kickoff, and they are on the march forward. Dangerous ball. Can Mickey get a foot in? He can, but he can. It was Bruno, in fact. Dan Burn is going one-on-one now with Dembele, which is a situation we didn't want to see too often. Down the outside, squirts one in. It will go for a corner. Good defending from Jamal Lascelles, who's been fantastic so far, I have to say. Apparently, there's 1,400 watching. There's only 494 likes. Take a second to click that thumbs up button. That's all it takes. Costs you nothing. Will help us out immensely. We've had 2 goal celebrations, folks. Anyway, it's a corner to Dembele. Takes it. Great header there from Isak in a defensive role. Pulls the bandage out of his eyes and maintains his way down the pitch. It will be a throw into PSG in an attacking situation, but back they've gone to Zaire Emery, and then back further to Skriniar. It's Ugarte, in fact, now Skriniar. And then wide to Hernandez. 4.5 of the 7 minutes of added time over. And PSG are building from deep with Marquinhos. Wide it comes to Achraf Hakimi. He will look for a pass inside. He goes backwards instead to the Brazilian Marquinhos, the PSG skipper. Wide he goes then to Skriniar, approaching the halfway line, and wide further to Randall Kolo Muani. Is it Moani? It may be Ramos this time. No, it's Mbappe, in fact. A great tackle came in. Pope couldn't keep it in. It will be a corner. Trippier thinks that's come off the PSG boot. I tend to agree with him. It will be a corner to PSG 5 minutes into the 7. Sure, it's gone to Dembele. Newcastle have stayed awake, though. Gordon is now with Mbappe. Mbappe's gone inside Gordon. Great cross. Great defending, though. Ramos did get a shot in, but it was well defended. Again, I believe, by Jamal Lascelles, but great bit of trickery. First time we've seen Mbappe do anything. It was Dan Burn who got a foot in. He's had a great first half also. Oh, dear me, this is hard work. Corner comes in. It's a long curve out, looking for, far post. It's gone. And Newcastle can break with Bruno Guimaraes. A little flick there to it's Dan Burn. It's Longstaff. A good ball inside. Newcastle in the counter here. Tonali trying to get into the penalty area. Can he get across in? He can, but it's a poor one. Cuts out, and there's a free kick. Ugarte's gone down holding the back of his head for some obscure reason. And will be a free kick to PSG, and I'm not sure why that actually happened. It looks like the referee's talking to VAR here, but yellow card to Bruno. He was talking to VAR there. VAR are not allowed to get involved. What's Bruno doing? Oh, he's punched him. Christ. Oh, dear me. But it's a great counter-attack from Newcastle United. Bruno's just not got the pace to stay ahead of Ugarte. And Ugarte pushed him first, to be fair. Bruno's pushed him back, got a yellow card. But we're nearly at the end of the first half, and I get a chance to breathe. 10 seconds to the end of it, in fact. And PSG have it deep in their own half. And will the referee blow it for half-time now? He should do, really. Because the 7 minutes are in need of. It's gone deep. And there is the half-time whistle. Time to breathe. It's been a fantastic first half. Goals from Miguel Almiron and Dan Burn. Newcastle hold a 2-0 lead. Bruno Guimaraes has run the game, really. But the defensive play has been great. Lascelles and Cher have been fantastic. Trippier's led from the front as usual. Dan Burn's got a goal. We've had fantastic play from Tonali at times. From Almiron, of course, with a goal. The quiet one's been Gordon tonight. And if we can get a one-on-one with a yellow card in Hakimi, we could be quids in the leads, folks. 2-0 to Newcastle United. I need to take a breath. Whoo! And a little drink. We're going to ban that shite. So any spammers, not going to happen, folks. Jason says, still think Bruno's a petulant baby, but a very good player. I'm joined by my mate, Stato, who looks very, very happy with his dildo mic. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I am doing amazing. We are 2-0 up somehow. I can't believe it. I can't believe it, quite honestly. I mean, I can't believe it.
It's deserved, Stato. It's deserved.
And I mean, I'm going to take a little bit of credit here and said a goal by a defender and a goal by Miguel Almiron. That is exactly what we talked about in the preview show, and it's happened.
It's pressure, mate. It's aggression.
It's pressure. It's exactly what we talked about. In the preview show, we talked about this. The 12th man, the crowd. We need everybody. We need the lads. And I'm so proud of the club and the coaching staff and the players because they get it. They understand it. They cracked the code. Everybody, every player was celebrating tackles from minute one. Pressures, tackles, and it's spot on. It's exactly what we needed. Perfect. Game plan, perfection. Bruno, Isak, Gordon, celebrating tackles. It's exactly what we needed. We got the crowd up. They don't want it. It's a wet, cold Wednesday night in the northeast in Newcastle. They do not want these points. These are our points. You come to our backyard. This is what you get, my friends. 2-0 up at half-time. Bring on the second half.
That was Winston Churchill, our correspondent. But it has been terrific. You know, at times it's hard to kind of take a breath. It's non-stop pressure. It's non-stop aggression. Each and every one of them. 199 super chat there from Dylan Richardson. Sweet dreams are made of this. He says absolutely. I've been really proud of the defenders. I think Lascelles and Cher have really they're real big men tonight, aren't they?
Magnificent, absolutely magnificent. Everybody down to a T. It's not, the technical ability, the bravery. I tell you what, in front of those two as well, Bruno has shielded them two like an absolute beast. best game I have ever seen for Bruno. And I understand we've had games where he's actually scored. However, you need to appreciate what he's doing in front of those centre halves. The man is fearless. He's got Mbappe running down at him. I don't care. Ugarte running down at him. Oh, I'll just do a pirouette. Don't care. The man is outrageous. And that release clause, if it's real, is not high enough. The boy is a superstar. And everybody, even the lesser players, Dan Burn, you absolute monster. So many people called for him being not the sort of player for this kind of game. Fair enough. He's playing above his level, which I think we all know that. I think possibly to a point he knows that. But it's irrelevant. He's put in the hard work. He deserves to be there. He's put in a good performance. He's tracked his man where necessary. He's put himself about physically, won the aerial duels where necessary. He's been brave in his passes. It's what we needed. It's exactly what we talked about. And that header, absolute legend, you, for staying up front, for making sure you were there to receive a chance if it came. You got us the second goal. So important. So important.
I mean, how good was Donnarumma for that little passage of play, though?
Oh, God, he's a freak.
I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. We've got a $7.99
winning.
Jimmy Barr down in Australia, $7.99 Australian dollars. Stato, how good is this, mate? Can't wait to get my Teeth Show hoodie. And I love stats, my I love stats shirt and Buff Billy shirt too. Thanks, Jimmy. And we also have a super chat from someone else, and I can't see it at the minute. Let me find it. It was from Eddie Contreras. It's a £5 super sticker. Thanks for that, Eddie. Really appreciate that, buddy. Stato, can you take over while I go for a quick visit to the toilet?
I can indeed. Absolutely.
Good man.
Right, well, if they're elite, if they're the best players in the world, what are we? Because we are 2-0 up at half-time. Absolutely phenomenal. Let's walk through some data. Do we deserve it? I've not even looked at the stats here, so this is a fresh look. We're doing this together. Let's have a look. Momentum bar. We've got the better of the two. I'm not going to screen share it. I'm just going to have a look at it. They have had 69% possession, which is fine. They've not really done a lot with it. We've been quite careful in that. They've been baiting us, doing the whole little Brighton thing with studs on the ball, that early doors thing that Marquinhos did. He was just backing up with the ball, trying to entice the press. Fine. We will trigger. The press is triggered when we decide the press is triggered, and we would do it. It's exceptional. They've listened to the coaching instructions perfectly. The press is being initiated, when it's supposed to be, and regardless of their technical level, they cannot get out. They're trying. They had that Dembele opportunity early doors when Mbappe volleyed it to the back, didn't get through. However, 69% possession is not really presented them with a lot. 8 shots to 4. Despite only having 31% possession, 0.72 expected goals to their 0.2, so we are deservedly ahead. What else have we got? Half of their expected passes, not really relevant at this point. However, the 5 fouls committed and 4 corners from them, we've obviously got to be careful, but I feel like we're good enough at defending on set pieces. We've just got to be careful. Big second half. I think the biggest thing there, the most important thing is that we've not conceded going into half time. So we are still 2-0 up. We have a cushion. That is the biggest thing. I am a little bit scared that they're going to have a bit of a resurgence in the second half. We've got to be prepared for that. The players will be. Eddie Howe will prep them for this. If they're going to score, hopefully it's only 1. Because if that's the case, then we win the game. We are currently top of the group. I think Dortmund is currently 0-0 at half-time. Please correct me if I'm mistaken, but that currently puts us top of the group on 4 points with +2 goal difference in our Champions League group. Marquinhos, the lowest rated player on their team, who is their captain with a 4.7, and the highest rated player currently for us, despite not scoring, is, of course, Bruno Guimaraes, because he is just world-class, and we know it.
Do you think the key to the second half could be to get Gordon in the game more with Hakimi on a yellow card?
It's not a bad shout. I agree that Gordon's been possibly a little bit reserved. Maybe a tactical instruction. I think there's been a few times where he's had the ability to play Tonali through or take a man on himself. And I think the instruction has been, if you're not sure, or if you're not sure if the team's set, be careful with that decision, because the counter's quite dangerous for PSG. Although we've handled it fairly well. So in all honesty, it doesn't matter anymore. We're 2-0 up. Irrelevant now. I think the game plan is keep it tight, make sure we don't concede, we win the game. Anthony Gordon theoretically doesn't need to make any outrageous decisions and put us at risk because we're 2 goals to the good. So just be careful, guys. That's all we need to do.
We've got a €10 super chat inside of it. He says, "Come on, the lads, fans, players, Billy's commentary, all top notch and dedicated. We're showing PSG who we really are. How are the lads?" I can't hear the atmosphere. What's it like, Style? I can't hear a thing. Obviously, I've got the commentary off. Is it loud at St James Park tonight by any chance?
It's good. It's good. It is rather good. I think Paul obviously will give us a good idea of it when we do the match review. Of course, me and Billy will do the review Patreon podcast, the instant reaction straight after this. However, the match review will be tomorrow, so we'll get from Paul how loud it's been. But on the TV, it does seem quite good. When the loudest, obviously, when we scored the goals, absolutely magnificent. I've got you guys on in the background as well, watching along. And some of the noisiest bits have been taunting Mbappe with the "Who are you" chants, which is quite amusing. I love it. It's just great. The crowd know exactly what is necessary to win this game, and they are playing as a 12th man, and it's sensational. It's just brilliant.
It's great to see us all united. The fans, the players are all fighting for one another. I think it's one of the key moments of the first half that we do look a team, and I'm not sure PSG actually are, which is kind of a lot towards how we were tuning up. I think. I mean, Mbappe looks out of sorts.
To be fair, I mean, this is what my uncle said before kickoff, is specifically they don't look like a team. I thought they would be more of a team today with the obviously Messi and Neymar have gone. They look a bit more structured. I was expecting a bit more of a team performance from them, but they're not up for this. They haven't got it. Everything we talked about with this Liverpool loss, I think the same can be applied to PSG here. They haven't got that. They don't want this. You're Bayern Munich's. And your teams that are winning Champions Leagues and going deep into the competition, they've got that mentality. This PSG side don't have whatever that is. They're not happy to go away on a wet Wednesday night and play in this kind of crowd away in the Champions League. They've just not got it at the moment. They may do in 1 or 2 years' time. They've recruited well. And at the moment, again, regardless of the scoreline here, if we have an upset and they score 3 goals, they've still bottled the first half. It's been a poor first half from them, and it's not good enough, regardless of the final outcome. Obviously, hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, we deserve to be ahead. We've been the better side in every area.
I mean, having 2 centre forwards on the pitch, it hasn't helped them, has it, at all, really? In the slightest. We've not seen Koulibaly or Ramos hardly at all, have we?
I completely agree. I think we got the prediction for the PSG lineup correct, bar Gonçalo Ramos. We didn't expect him to start. It was an interesting shout. Mbappe's been more central. He's also gone over to the right, which you and Paul called yesterday. Fair enough. He appeared on the right-hand side a couple of times. It's not worked. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll deal with it. So, and it's great to see Eddie Howe and Jason Tindall celebrating that passionately, because they're quite, especially Eddie Howe's obviously quite a reserved guy. So it's quite nice to see the celebrations there.
One player we haven't mentioned who I've been critical of, I don't think he's been absolutely superb tonight, is Sandro Tonali. I think he's really put his aggression to the fore. His passing, he's been fantastic in my opinion.
Well, on the counter-attack, he's the fastest guy in the counter-attacking moves and the guy with the most willingness and energy to get there. So well done. And he put it into a central area. Nobody was there, but fair enough. This is always what Shearer says whenever we watch analysis. Get it into a central area, put it in a dangerous area. If your teammates aren't there, that's not on you, you know. And Tonali's been magnificent. His first touch, technical ability. Again, it helps that Bruno's been so on point. Longstaff's been careful where necessary. Yeah. Again, magnificent from down to a man. I can't think of anybody who I'm disappointed with. I think they've all been magnificent.
And while I said St James's Park, how loud it was, how loud was it in your house?
Well, it was rather loud here. So we've got a few supporters of a few different teams here, but it was still very, very loud.
I mean, it was hard to celebrate the second one because we didn't know for ages when the goal was going to be given, but I saw no reason for it to be disallowed.
Well, no, obviously, Marquinhos playing him onside.
Yeah, despite Donnarumma flinging himself left to right like an asthmatic fish. I don't know if that's quite right, but there you go. That's what I support it on there.
We can see exactly what we talked about in the preview show, that Donnarumma is not so proficient when being pressed, his passing, his technical ability. However, his goalkeeping, his traditional goalkeeping and saving is outrageous. It was Well, I think to score 2 against this boy, I think Tonali will be frustrated he's not on the score sheet. But Donnarumma is an incredible goalkeeper, and that's why PSG bought him.
I'm not sure the actual central defence. I mean, we've got Marquinhos and Skriniar there, but shaky as hell with the ball at the feet.
I mean, they're not typically. They're just not used to this. They're not up for it. They're not used to this. Again, absolutely lashing it down with rain. I think it's the rain, the hostility, the stadium. I think it's Miggy, Isak, Gordon. It's all of it. It's all of it combined. It's the perfect concoction where you just do not win. These fancy teams, these exotic teams, do not win in this atmosphere. Again, there are certain teams that have earned that. Your Bayern Munichs and your teams of that nature can come and win in these environments. I'm not sure that the people at PSG are up for this at the moment. Again, regardless of what happens in the second half, they've still bottled it to a point today, regardless of the final score. So, but we've been exceptional. It's not just them being off. I think 90% of the praise needs to go to us. We've caused it, so we deserve the praise.
I think we've made them be off, if I'm perfectly honest.
Agreed.
Couple of super chats, £5 from Roadblocks. Just imagine the effect this is going to have on our team going forward. The media, how they're going to explain this away, and the league crapping themselves away. The lads, thank you for that, Roadblock. Very kind of you. And John Joe with the $4.99. While you're all waiting for the second half, go and give a like and go and vote again for the Toon Review in the Content Awards. Thank you very much, John Joe. Very well said. Couldn't have put it better myself. Very kind of you for those super chats. So, Stato, I'm going to let you go back now. Let's get yourself in front of your TV. Second half's about to start. Don't forget, Stato and myself are going to do a Patreon podcast with our instant match reaction after this game's finished. So it'll be a minimal after the game chat, just me and a few comments, and then I'll be off ski. We're going to do a Patreon podcast. So if you're interested in that, join our Patreon. It's fantastic to listen to. It's all unique kind of content. And that's where you'll find us after the show. Once it's edited and put up, of course. Another $2.99 Australian dollars from Jimmy Barr, the perfect Toon Storm Stato, he says.
Exactly.
Exactly. There you go. So that's it. The teams are back on the pitch. Stato, I shall wish you farewell.
I'll disappear. I'll see you guys at full time.
Message me when you're ready for the thing afterwards, mate, and we shall speak later. Cheers, Stato. Right. Thanks very much, buddy. Good night, mate. So there we go. Teams are coming back on the pitch. Tors is still a little bit nervous, he says. People saying Bruno Red, was it? Nah, not really. He was a little bit petulant, but I think he was kind of pushed first, let's say, but definitely not red, no. I don't know what Sophie is talking about. She's talking about bottom tricks and stuff, trouser tricks. But I'm not going to say anything more than that. Oh, God. Anyway, we are ready to go for the second half. Again, I will keep saying the time. Murawski, we're going. Newcastle attacking the Gallagher end. Borders with Jamal Lascelles. Floats it down, looking for Miggy. Cut out and Hernandez will be a throw into Newcastle. Say 2/3 inside the PSG half on the right-hand side, attacking the Gallagher end, which Kieran Trippier shall take. Longstaff's gone short for him, and that's where the ball's gone. Longstaff plays to Miggy, little touch inside. Isak wasn't alive to that. It was a good ball from Miggy, actually, but unfortunately, Isak slightly sleeping, and PSG do come on the attack with Emery, Zaire Emery. Wide he goes to Hakimi. And then down for Dembele. Dan Burn approaches him with caution. And Dembele goes past him with ease, to be fair. But does come square to Ugarte and back to that right-hand side they're going. Emery back again then to Ugarte and wide down here to Hernandez. And back then to Skriniar, square then in their own half to Marquinhos. Pressure from Isak. Wide then to Hakimi. Playing it amongst the defence. Skriniar has it currently. Down the bottom then to Lucas Hernandez. Down the bottom then for Mbappe's first touch is a little bit iffy. Gets a push in the back from Trippier. Plays it back to Hernandez. And PSG start from deep once more with Marquinhos approaching the centre circle. Wide he goes. Enter Hakimi. Now Dembele. Skips inside. Burn goes backwards. Little 1-2. Can Bruno get a foot in? He can. He plays it there. Longstaff. Square for Miggy, then Trippier. Brilliant bit of play to get away from Mbappe. Almond was blocked off there, but the ball was never going to get there. And Skriniar sweeps up, plays it back to Donnarumma in the PSG goal. A little bit of pressure coming here. If we can get this. Oh, that was close. Longstaff gets penalised there. It's a nonsense decision there from the referee. Referee has a word with Longstaff for dissent. It was never a foul in a month of Sundays. Great pressure, and PSG have taken the free kick already, despite the referee not even looking at it. He's not wearing his bandage. Well spotted, I like Coffee. He's not, no. So maybe he's had a stitch or two at half time. Ball's out of play. It's going to be Newcastle throwing. Pressurised, out of play. Which is going to be taken by Dan Burn. 10 yards inside the PSG half. Throws it into Bruno. Bruno has it, shields it from Ugarte. Plays it down to Trippier, who steps inside Kolo Muani and goes all the way back to Fabian Schär, who then retrieves it. Gets a bit of pressure from Gonzalo Ramos, but he's calm enough to play it wide to Dan Burn, who is pressured. Down the line, he goes to Gordon. Little flick. It's a great one. Isak. Poor from Isak. Didn't play it back. It was Tonali, in fact. I'm going to go to Isak. It was Tonali who didn't get it back there, but great pressure from Miggy to get back. Kolo Muani plays it back to Mbappe now. Central, 20 yards from 30, 40, 50 yards from goal. Square, he goes to Emery, and then wide to Hakimi. Mbappe making his way onto that right-hand side, joining Dembele in a double-pronged attack. Back it comes. Tonali's on the press, but it comes inside to Emery. Little 1-2 with Gonzalo Ramos. Back to Emery, back to Gonzalo Ramos. It's good ball. Space out there for Dembele. Burns got to get there. Through Burns' legs. Longstaff gets a foot in, and it will go out for a throw-in to PSG. Little bit of early pressure. And it's 48 and a half minutes in. I think Isak may have had a stitch or two. He's got grease on his, looks like a boxer actually. Bit of Vaseline on his eyebrow. Hernandez cuts inside. Miggy fantastically well there. Good play that from Lucas Hernandez. He's got Kolo Muani out wide, going against Trippier. Cuts inside. Longstaff can get a foot in. Did get a foot in fact. There's going to be pressure from Isak. Skriniar goes all the way back to Donnarumma. And they can start from deep with their keeper. Out he goes to Marquinhos with 49 minutes in. It's still Newcastle 2, PSG 0. Goals from Almiron and Burn on a immense night so far at St James's Park. Poor pass there. Stepped in from Bruno into Isak. Got Gordon going. Gordon can push it past. It's great defending from Marquinhos. Smelt the danger and covered it straight away. Brilliant from the Brazilian. Can Schär do the same? Yes, he can, but he slides. And now it's Bruno. Bruno advancing the ball. It's going to get brought down here, surely. Still going, but he took off him in the end from Ugarte. A little bit too much there, Bruno. Kolo Muani is more central now. Terrible pass from him, and Newcastle can cut it out, and they do. Back to Schär. Ball then to Miggy in the centre circle. Can run at the defence. Got Trippier on the overlap if he needs him. Does use him. Goes, in fact, it's a poor pass slightly behind him, but he does get it. But it's a great ball to Longstaff on the break. Longstaff goes to the goal. It's there! Sean Longstaff has scored for Newcastle United. 2 Geordies. It's 2-0, 3-0 Newcastle. 2 Geordies and a Paraguayan. Have that, Paddy. You are shit. Goal music on the way. It's hard to control, but it's a terrific goal. It's brilliant. It really is brilliant. Almiron again. Trippier. The ball from Trippier inside the defender was terrific. Longstaff's run off the ball was terrific. He shot first time. We've praised Donnarumma. He's at fault for that one. Force of the ball, the shot from Longstaff again goes through his arms into the net. It's an Onana-ish mistake, but it doesn't matter. It's shite. It's Newcastle 3, PSG zip. And Eddie Howe is in dreamland, like the rest of us. Oh, God. Hee-haw. It's hard to control one's emotions on a night like this. It really is. Fantastic there from Longstaff. Fantastic. The running off the ball was enough for the goal. Really good. 199 from John Joe is crying with emotion. Thanks, John Joe. 50 minutes on the clock, and Mbappe has it, plays it wide. Schär should get that, and Durden gets a great hoof to it and puts it out of play. I hope you people are loving this because it's hard not to. The Toon Army in full voice. The French are in the level 7 of the league. Is que le citoyen ne sait pas savoir du le patin. They're not enjoying it. They're all saying merde, zut alors, not heureux. There you go. Anyway, little back flip from Bruno, wins the ball back. Longstaff down to Isak, who's pulled wide right, going against Skriniar. Tackle from Skriniar, gets the boot on it. Force for Emre. Pressure coming in from Tonali, who's had a fantastic game tonight. Also, they all have, every one man of them. Dear me. Anyway, the ball is with Emery. Goes to 10 attempts, 5 on target, 4 total attempts from PSG, none on target. It's fantastic. It really is. We've got another 49 from George T. It's a good job these are here. Geordie boys on the march, he says. It's fantastic, this. C'est fantastique, as they say in the Dordogne. Anyway, PSG now trying to, I guess it's damage limitation. Marquinhos, little ball forward to the press. They're not used to this press. They literally aren't. Europe will be watching this. I've got to say, Gonzalo has dropped deep. Wide to Colin Mwani, who's playing as a wide left wing at the minute, and Sean Longstaff gets a boot in. Fantastic tackle from Longstaff and deflects it off Colin Mwani's boot. It's a throw into Newcastle United. The Toon army are in raptures. There's old men jumping to their feet, men in balding, grey-haired men, much like myself, dancing around like Bruno Tonali. Tonioli? I don't know what his name is. It don't really matter. But they're dancing around like lunatics. Bruno steps in there. Unfortunately, oh dear me, it's Tonali, in fact. Thank God it wasn't Bruno. Yellow card, that'll be for Sandro. No doubt about it. Good job he did it. He was in luck, actually, because he won the ball, but his touch to win the ball was slightly heavy. The ball fell into the path of Gonzalo Ramos, and Tonali left his foot in. Hunter with a £2 super chat. Thanks, Hunter. Great commentary, Billy. We're in Dreamland. Away the lads. Cheers, Billy. Free kick to PSG. I'm going to say we're 25, 26, 27 yards from goal. Left-hand corner of the area. Possible chance for a cross. The big men have gone forward. Hakeem is over it. So is Colin Mwani, looks like. Maybe Dembele, in fact. It is Dembele. Usman Dembele. Little curver looking for a header. He gets a PSG boot. Wide it goes off the boot of Milan Skriniar. And it'll be a goal kick to Newcastle. That could have been a goal. On Newcastle, 55 minutes. PSG are about to make a change. I must admit, I don't know who this is coming on. Maybe I should. But we're going to see in a minute when they put the caption up. Luis Enrique is very pensive. He's seen this before, of course. He was part of that Barcelona side. Anyway, Newcastle on the attack with Gordon wide-hand side. He's got Marquinhos at his back, turns, looking for the ball back, gets Byrne. Byrne, very advanced, goes inside one, gets tackled. Dan Byrne actually thinking he could take players on there and beat them in the Champions League. But didn't happen. Bruno was great bit of cover. It was Tonali, in fact. No, it wasn't Tonali who lost out there. Tonali was very slow to that one, and PSG do have the ball. 55 on the clock, and it's wide here with Lucas Hernandez. Dear me. Zaire Emery has it. Little ball forward there for Mbappe. Mbappe going against Jamal Lascelles. Dear me. And Jamal Lascelles decides to have none of that and goes back into defensive position. And Mbappe plays it square for Emery wide. Then it goes to Dembele. The fullbacks are cut in. Gordon's the one marking Dembele at the moment. Dembele tried to come back, plays it wide. Then it says Zaire Emery. Little chip as well over hit that. Oh, Pope, you've really made a fuck up of that. You should have come and claimed that. It's a goal for Lucas Hernandez. Nick Pope at fault for that one. Should have came and got it. Is there going to be a flag? I'm not sure. Looks 3-1 to me. Nick Pope made a total error of judgment there. I believe he should have come and claimed that. It looks 3-1 to Newcastle. Little route in. Mbappe's offside there, but hang on, is he offside? No. Potentially. We were thinking we're going to get the lines. Could well be offside, but Pope's hesitated. He's fucked that up there. He should have come and claimed that. But anyway, Hernandez may be offside, but a little nod past him. Yeah, Nick Pope, to me, has made a mistake. But if he's onside, it's 3-1. I'm not going to change the scoreline just yet because VAR will be checking. Here we go. With the goal check, we'll have a little bit of a vape, but Pope, hesitation, poor goalkeeping that. Looks like they're giving the goal. Check over. It's a goal indeed. They're not getting goal music. Are they shite? But what I will do is change the score. But that's Nick Pope. That's down to Nick Pope. That good header from Hernandez, but Pope should have come and claimed that instead of hesitating. And a potential route back into the game there that should never have happened. But there we go. 57 on the clock. Let's hope that doesn't push us into a shell and give PSG a little bit of a fillip into this game. You know, it's ball down the line looking for Mbappe, but Lascelles is covering. Cher comes across. Ball is a good one to Tonali. Tonali, little ball inside. Gordon's been very, very kind of quiet tonight. They've marked about the game, but Tonali with a little ball there. Now the PSG are starting to play a few tricks, and down they come here. Emery. Floaty side. Is it this sub here? I don't know who it is. Ball into the middle. Cleared out for corner for Malmö one, who's defending well. And a little bit of it's this new player, Barcola, I believe his name is, who has come on. Not sure who for. Mbappe's going to take the corner at the Leeds end. So there you go. Corner's taken. They've gone short. Emery and Hakimi from distance deflected off the big thigh of Alexander Isak. Will go for another corner other side of the pitch. Which Dembele will take. He's gone short again. Hakimi has come for it. Gone back to Dembele. Nice ball inside. Poor control. And Isak, can he get footed? No, he can't. Back to Ugarte's pass is absolutely piss poor and straight out for a goal kick, which has taken a little bit of pressure away. 59 on the clock. Newcastle United 3, Paris Saint-Germain 1, as you can see right there. But I've got to say, Nick Pope was shite there. And we're going to see this. I think it's Dan Burn playing him on. Yeah, it's a yard on. But a good run from Hernandez to get into that position. But Nick Pope came to get it and stopped. I don't know what he's doing. It's piss poor goalkeeping. Long clearance. Dan Burn does get ahead to it and now lofts it forward, looking for the run of Isak. Up against Skriniar. How strong's Isak? Very strong. He's holding Skriniar off, and it's going to be a throw to PSG. Came off the shin of Isak. He's appealing the other way. And then nearly having a bit of a tete-a-tete there, as they say, in Brest. But it will be a throw into PSG. Deep in their own half. Ugarte back to Hakimi. Volley down the pitch. Don't want to let that bounce. It's a great header from Shah, but it's going to fall for Barcola. Poor touch there from Mbappe. Don't do that very often. And Newcastle can come in the attack now. It's with Tonali. Tonali should go wide for Gordon. Let Gordon have a run at Hakimi. Have a run at him, but in fact, he's gone for Tonali. He's made a great run. Gordon, Tonali with a cross, it's straight into the arms of Donnarumma. And nice move, but poor cross at the end of it. He bowls out to Hernandez, the goal scorer. And back he goes to Skriniar. Skriniar's looking for the ball down the line. That's going to go out of play, surely. Good header from Trippier. Might even be Longstaff, but it's already out of play. And it will be a throw-in to Newcastle, just inside the PSG half. And I'll have a little drink. Yeah, Keita's a gambling here, pushing men forward. No one will ever detract me from the fact that Nick Pope should have come out and claimed that. You know, instead of the hesitancy there's cost us that goal. Put it down to Nick Pope, I'm afraid. Pressure there for Newcastle. Tonali gets it's a foul, the referee says. He's very finicky, this referee. And long kick, looking for the win of Mbappe, and Jamal Lascelles cuts it out in the air with a great header. Will be thrown to PSG. Captain Jam's been fantastic tonight, I've got to say, though. So far, we have 61 and a half on the clock. 3-1 Newcastle. That's a scoreline I predicted, strange enough. I wonder if it will stay that way. I hope so. Barcola on this left-hand side for PSG. Back to Hernandez. Back to Skriniar. And all the way back to Marquinhos. Pressure coming from Isak. I wonder how much the Newcastle forwards have left in the tank, because we're very kind of short on the bench, aren't we? Dembele plays it into Hakimi, back to Dembele, little shove in the back there from Tonali. The ref didn't see it, and now it's with there's a foul there. The referee's playing advantage. Tonali, well, there's no advantage there, ref. Can we have the free kick, please? Tonali with a strange pass straight into to Donnaruma's feet. But there was a foul on Dan Burn, which the ref saw, but a second later, that's offside, must be. And he's not going to keep it in play anyway, Gonzalo Ramos. So it will be a goal kick. And another sub for PSG, Vitinha, I believe he's Portuguese, is coming on. Eddie Howe yet to use a substitutes bench, though he has got kind of short. Actually, the Jordi Maradona's about to come on. So Eddie Anderson is stripped to come on and play the last half an hour. I wonder if it'll be for Tonali, but a header there from Marquinhos out for throw into Newcastle, just short of the halfway line. Changes, are they going to be made? I think they are. I think the referee's stopping play for the changes, is he? And no, he's not. So Dan Burn shall take the throw. That's a foul throw from Dan Burn. Got away with it. Well, did he get away with it? Yes, he did. And ball from, it ain't a good one, but it might fall from Miggy. But Hernandez does remarkably well. It's with the defence of PSG with Marquinhos, and wide it goes to Hakimi. Pressure from Gordon, might get a foot in here. Hakimi just keeps holding it by the skin of his teeth. Back to Donnarumma. Donnarumma has to kick it first time down the pitch where Longstaff gets head to it. That's a foul. That's a push in the back on Isaac. Newcastle United free kick foul from Ugarte. This time it's on Bruno Guimaraes, in fact, who come out on top of this one. Ugarte's going off the pitch now, in fact, and Vitinha is coming off. Coming on to replace Ugarte, who hasn't been great tonight, I've got to say. Big money signing for PSG in the number 6. He's been okay, but he's been replaced by Vitinha. They're going more attacking now. And will Newcastle make their change now? Our change, I should say. Because Eddie Anderson's primed to come on. He's stripped, and I think it is going to happen because the Toon army are rising to applaud the bloke going off, who is Sandro Tonali. Possibly his best game in the Newcastle shirt tonight for Sandro. Past couple of minutes, so he has tied a bit and give the ball away a couple of occasions, but he's had a great game. And what Eddie Anderson will give us is energy, endeavour, and a little bit of technical stuff too. Not sure that the PSG lot will know him. And off goes Tonali. Probably the right time to take him off. 65 minutes 30 on the clock. And Elliot Anderson is on. And it'll be a free kick to Newcastle anyway to start play, which Kieran Trippier will take. Left-hand side of the pitch. I'm going to say it's just curved in now, looking for Newcastle head. It's over hit, and it will be a goal kick to PSG. Which is taken quickly. And it's with Hakimi, a wide right, inside then to Vitinha. Back to Marquinhos. Ooh, it's a heavy touch, and Isaac almost got him. But he managed to regain control of the ball and lay it square to Skriniar. Skriniar then comes down here for Kylian Mbappe, who has to go backwards to Hernandez. And now it's with Skriniar again. Square to Marquinhos, building from deep slowly. Wide he goes to Hakimi with pressure from Gordon. Wide for then to Dembele. He's forced backwards. Can Newcastle get a foot in? They can, I think. Burn long leg gets it. And it's with Bruno Guimaraes at the minute. Can go wide. He does. Gordon cuts inside. Good play from Gordon. It's Eddie Anderson. In fact, brilliant from Anderson. Gone past 3. Gone past 4. 4. He needed a whole lot. He needed a... Good grief. What a bit of play from Eddie Anderson. In the end, didn't get it shot in. And now PSG are on the counter with Barcola down here. It's got Isaac wide. Sorry, Isaac. Mbappe. Mbappe goes inside. It's a good ball. Bends it outside. Player comes. Mbappe with a little ball inside. Good play from Mbappe. Good defending from Cher. Then it's with Barcola. Barcola goes backwards to Emery. And then again to Vitinha. And then again he goes to Hakimi. They're finding spaces here. It's with Barcola again. Trying to create a space for a shot. Vitinha cuts inside Bruno. Doesn't get a shot off. They've created space for Hernandez on this left flank. And a great jump there to deny him the cross in from Kieran Trippier. And it will be a corner to PSG. 66 and 45 on the clock. And it's a yellow card here for Dembele, I believe. I don't know why. but it is. Anyway, he's come to take his corner. 6, 7 o'clock in, Swinger coming in with, well, it's not, it's a short corner. And again, Pope comes fit, but this time Byrne gets a foot on it and it's volleyed clear out of play at the far post there by Fabian Schär. Pope, once again, does look a little bit iffy. You know, when he has his iffy nights, he's having one tonight. Was halfway in through the second half, and it's Newcastle 3, PSG 1. And Dembele is at the referee again. He's just been booked for dissent. What are they moaning for here? They want play to continue. And Dembele hasn't stopped. He's been booked for dissent and he's carried it on. And somehow he's getting away with it. Dembele has been booked for dissent and yet he's still doing it, which is strange. But anyway, Emery goes all the way back to Donnarumma. Can Gordon get in there? No, he can't. It's Anderson, in fact, putting the pressure on and he's still doing it. And back to Donnarumma. And then Hernandez, Skriniar, there's pressure. They're really squared in there. Hernandez just gets a little foot in. Tripping is brilliantly. It might be Bruno, in fact, who's got that final tackle. It will be a throw to PSG. They're not happy with the pressure at all. At all. They've got a free kick for some strange reason, which they've taken quickly. Isak's pressuring Donnarumma, and Donnarumma's chipped it wide there for, I believe it's Hakimi on that far side. Long ball looking for the run of Dembele. And he's in here. Dembele's one-on-one. How that's happened. Schär's getting across. And Schär gets a foot on it. Dembele gets a shot in. It'll be a goal kick. Brilliant defended from Fabian Schär. Long ball over the top. We've seen Liverpool do that to us a couple of times. This time, Fabian Schär got across the cover. Got a crucial little ricochet on the ball. He's offside anyway. Well, he's way offside. And I'm not sure why there's not flagging, but brilliant. Is it Schär or is it Lascelles that's got across? Going to see now. It's Lascelles with a... Well, actually, he didn't touch it. But it does pressurise Dembele into putting his shot well wide. Brilliant from Lascelles to get across there, though. Little nod on there from the Newcastle goal kick. Gordon with Marquinhos has it. Gordon gets a foot on it. Gordon nearly got to it. It's going to be a free kick here. Might be a yellow card against Gordon. And he does get yellow card. Every foul seems to be a yellow card these days. I don't think that is. I think we're genuinely going for the ball. But Gordon gets yellowed. He was so close to getting a foot there too. I don't know. There's a little bit of a scissor there. I guess there'll be a yellow card there. Fairly too. Gordon's not happy about it. Seems to get yellow every game at the minute. 69, nearly 70 minutes on the clock. So we've got 20 minutes plus to hold out. But at the minute, you know, PSG are trying to put a little bit of attacking intent into the game. But they still look shaky as hell at the back. And the ball is with Donnarumma. Skriniar, down to Hernandez, then to Barcola, who's robbed by Almiron. Almiron with a bit of skill, back to Trippier, and we'll have a throw in for that. Thank you very much. Almiron's down injured at the moment, holding his shin, ankle, and here comes Jacob Murphy. In fact, that's the key. The key to get Jacob Murphy on, and he'll probably be a straight replacement for Miggy Almiron. 20 minutes to go, and he'll continue this press. And so Miggy's clapping the crowd. Fantastic for Miggy. Great goal tonight. Great performance. Great energy. He's been terrific. And Murphy's got to come on and do the same as what Miggy's done, to be honest. And he's come short for the ball. He's looking over the top for it. It's not going to get there, I don't think. Or does it? No, it's a throw into PSG. And it's taken into the feet of Kole Muani. Barcola, little flick inside, goes to nobody but Sean Longstaff. And Sean Longstaff takes stock. Oh, Bruno with a little spin turn there. I thought he was fouled there, but they're going to come away with it. Barcola into Mbappe. Touch for bloody... I don't know. Whatever. Overhit anyway by Kylian. If only you could Kylian that softly. Killing it too hardly there. He was drumming his face with his fingers, singing his life with his words. He was killing me softly with his song. One time. Newcastle taking a while to take this throw in. Trippier looking for a throw. Mbappe appealing for time wasting here. It's with Murphy. Back to Trippier. Back to Jamal Lascelles' first time pass. Isn't great, and it's cut out from Hernandez. Back to Marquinhos. And they shall build from deep once more. With Vitinha wide to Hakimi. He's nearly got in there. Oh, they got away with murder there, PSG. But Jamal Lascelles on the cover. Back to Cher. Must go back to Pope. Doesn't do. He's not happy with it. Cher's going to lose this here, and he does. She's in a really bad position too. Dembele. Cher does regain his error brilliantly. Gordon. Back to Cher. Again, Cher needs to wake up here, and Newcastle do come away with it. Well played, lads. Gordon. Back to Bruno Guimaraes. That's a poor pass from him. But well done, Gordon, to win the ball back. And Newcastle will come away. Need to get away, and they do get away. Longstaff. Elliot Anderson looking for the run of Isak. Not going to get there. Isak can chase this, and, well, it just falls into the arms of Donnarumma, just on the edge of his area. But for a moment there, I thought we were in. However, a moment before, I thought they were in. We need to stop being casual at the back. Fabian Cher there. PSG with Dembele couldn't keep it in. Poor pass from Hakimi, and Ousmane Dembele does not look happy. 73 on the clock, still 3-1. Dan Burn with a throw for Newcastle United. Looking for a willing winner to throw it to. He's going to go long, I believe. He does go long. He's looking for the win of Anderson. Anderson does brilliantly. Keeps holding the ball, plays it to Gordon. Gordon with a little back flip to Anderson. Anderson going against Marquinhos on the outside. Still go with it, Anderson. Got 2 on him now. Still has the ball, and he's fouled by Hakimi, surely. Ref doesn't give it. It was a foul in my opinion. But there you go. They come on the top with Vitinha. Good foot in there from Fabian Cher. And it will be a throw into PSG. 74 on the clock. Throw in taken. There's press on from Anderson again. Back it goes to Marquinhos. Isak on the press. Isak running his heart out for his team tonight. Hasn't had much chance to kind of score, although he was integral to the first goal. Of course he was. But Anderson's come on. He's been brilliant so far. Longstaff against Emery, I think it is. It is Emery. Sorry, Emery. Wide to Hakimi. Vitinha comes short in the centre circle to pick it up from him. And he goes square to Skriniar, who joined in the attack. He'll go square again to Hernandez, will he? No, he goes the other way. In the end, he does go to Hernandez. And Hernandez plays it for Mbappe. Back to Hernandez. Back to Mbappe. Back again then to Vitinha. And now Zoya Emery. There's plenty of space for Dembele on the far side. Dan Burn steps in before it gets to Ramos. And Newcastle win a throw-in. Good defending from Dan Burn there. In a good little bit of spell of possession there for PSG without it being threatening. 75 on the clock, still Newcastle 3. Newcastle United 3, PSG 1. Flick on from Anderson, looking for Isak's going to fall to Marquinhos, who puts it out of play for Newcastle United phone on the halfway line. Throwing in to Bruno, a little spin away, a bit of strength too, and he floats it for Trippier with a fantastic bit of play from Bruno. Trippier can advance down the pitch, got Murphy wide. Murphy's done the run, but now has to come backwards, and Trippier plays it inside for Bruno. It's Longstaff, in fact, who loses out to, I'm going to say Kolo Muani, and it is, and it's now Mbappe square. Mbappe in a withdrawing role tonight, not really getting himself involved in the areas where he can hurt us. Currently, he's with Dembele on the far side. Gordon's got goal side of him. Mbappe now has, well, it's Ramos, in fact, and it's a good touch from Cher and a good clearance from Dan Burn. Defending really well at the moment. 76 on the clock. Marquinhos. Short for Vitinha. He'll come down the bottom. No, he's turned and gone the other way. And he's looking for Hakimi. Hakimi needs to get away. Dembele's good touch from Dembele. Got in there. Good shot. Good fist from Pope. And Guimaraes gets a clearance. It's more of an up and under. Murphy totally mistimed his jump and it falls to Hernandez. His header weren't great and it's gone off the... Well, it's the same Trippier's head. I didn't think he was. I thought it would come off the PSG attacker's head. It's going to be a throw-in to PSG. Good save that from Pope. Did want to get a strong hand onto it. We don't want to concede at this precise moment because it will be a real squeaky. Dembele's taken Burn on, just pushed it straight into touch, and it will be a throw-in to Newcastle United. I wonder if Ousmane Dembele's ever played against a defender such as Dan Burn. I doubt it very much. Luis Enrique looking a little bit more calm, but we've gifted them a goal, which has let them slightly back into the game. It's a throw into PSG at the moment. Nothing's really happening. Throw in into Skriniar, centre of the pitch, just in front of the PSG penalty box. Skriniar looking for a pass. He's probably come to Hernandez. He will. And Hernandez pushed slightly wide, having what he wanted to be. Murphy approached him. He went back to Skriniar, and then Skriniar's going to probably look for more advanced pass. In fact, he doesn't. He goes to Marquinhos, and pressure's coming in here from Anderson, and he gets it cleared out to Hakimi. Ball inside then to Vitinha, who's approaching the Newcastle area. It's Emery, in fact. And Mbappe making a run, goes to Dembele far side. Then Mbappe didn't fall for him, and Trippier clears it. Just behind Mbappe, it was indeed. Vitinha has it now, 40 yards from goal. Newcastle starting to look a little bit leggy at the minute, I've got to say. But a good challenge there from Gordon. Can Gordon get there? It might even be Anderson. I think it's Gordon. And Gordon's running down the line and gets fouled. We'll get a free kick there. Foul, it is Gordon. Brilliant defensive play. Gordon's running south into the ground. He looks absolutely cream-crackered. Foul from whoever it was. Don't know who it was. I'm assuming it was Hakimi. But if it wasn't, it's not Hakimi, is it? No, it's not. It's Zaire Emery. Just gets across and nudges Gordon to the ground. Cheap free kick. Well played, Anthony Gordon. This was just ahead of Mbappe. He kind of approached him deep, and somehow the ball's in the arms of Donnarumma from that free kick. And PSG will come from deep with Vitinha. Ball inside for Mbappe, foot in there. Two good tackles from Newcastle players. We have to give a free kick. Gets out of town, referee. It's a great tackle from Lascelles as well on Mbappe. We are 79 minutes in. Toon Raider. And PSG, for some reason, referee stopped play here. Going to be a free kick to PSG in the centre circle. What did you stop play for? I didn't think it was a free kick in the first place, but they have taken it now eventually. 79.5 on the clock. And pressure is coming on. Isak, who's approaching Skriniar. Now Anderson with a fantastic press. Further press. And further press, but they do get away with it. I think this time, in the end, they nearly lost out there. And Newcastle get a throw in, get a free kick here. And that's a strange one. Zaire Emery's only 17, according to Irish Toon. It's Bruno's won the free kick off Zaire Emery there. Brilliant. Can't believe the referees give that, to be honest. Zaire Emery's not happy about it. But yeah, he's a hell of a player for 17, I've got to say. He's almost as good as Louis Miley. Bruno's been terrific tonight. I've got to say, he's been absolutely terrific. And he's got a massive smile on his face. At the moment, 10 minutes to go of normal time. Well, 9.5 if I'm being accurate, I suppose. We have a free kick. Kieran Trippier will take this. I'm trying to give you a picture of where the ball actually is. It's not far from the penalty area. It's about 30 yards out. Curved in, looking for Newcastle head. Might find one! A header from Bruno was straight at Donnarumma. Unfortunate. Maybe should have scored there. 81 in, and now we have to get back and defend because Mbappe has it. Played it first time down the line. And foot in on the 29. Barcola. He goes back then to Zaire Emery, now wide to Dembele, first time ball. This is dangerous when he's going to foot in. Cher gets the foot in, clears it. We'll go out of play for throw in. From Cher's clearance. Throw in's taken already. Zaire Emery. He's the one on the ball all the time at the minute, but this time they're poor. And Isak will get there. Can he put Anderson through? Doesn't even try to. In fact, he should have did, but lost the ball on his second touch. But great interception from Longstaff. Longstaff runs out. That's brilliant from Longstaff. And just plays it into a position. It's Anderson, in fact. Anderson's been brilliant since he's come on. He really has. pressure in on Donnarumma. He's got nowhere to go here. And he just go to Skriniar. He's got Murphy in front of him. And he's suckered Murphy, but Murphy still at his case. Skriniar going nowhere. And in the end, he just hoofs it as long as he can. Should be Newcastle United head on this, and it is indeed. Heading tennis here. And in the end, PSG do come away with it, with Hernandez on this left flank. Down for Barcola. First time ball to Mbappe. Great ball. Lascelles on the run. Gets a sliding tackle in, puts it out of play. Terrific tackle there from Jamal Lascelles. On the run, on the turn. Wasn't found wanting for pace and got his tackle in superbly. Mbappe on the ball at the minute. Murphy's made Murphy's attempted to. No, I can't say anything. I'm just carrying on with the commentary. But ball in for Ramos. Good defending again from Cher. Bruno takes over. Very calm and just gets it away as far as he can. But Murphy's just attempted to tackle Mbappe. And he was stood 10 yards away from him and he got nowhere near him or the ball. Hilarious. Anyway, a good turn from Barcola to get past the defender in the area. Back comes Lascelles and it will go to Nick Pope, who almost puts out for a corner there. But good defending from the Newcastle United right-hand side of the defence. May have been helped there by Bruno Guimaraes, getting back to cover. 83 on the clock. Man City have taken a 2-1 lead in Leipzig. Alvarez with the goal. The Toon Army again. Get up for the final push to get the boys over the line. 3-1 Newcastle. Long kick from Pope straight to touch. Fucking shite. The Toon Army making their final push for victory here. They're up on their feet. They're cheering every touch. They're cheering every tackle. And they've got another one to cheer there because Isak now has it corner to the right-hand side. Cuts inside Isak. Isak's got it at the edge. Can he play it square? He didn't try to. Tries to curve it straight in the arm of Donnarumma. Bit greedy there. Isak had players to pass to. And straight away, PSG on a swift counter-attack. Murphy gets the tackle in. We have to give a free kick for the foul by Trippier, I believe. It's not the foul from Murphy. It's not even. It's Anderson, in fact, that's made the foul. Unfortunately, they get the free kick. And now PSG can come attack us from deep. Marquinhos plays it wide for Dembele. Got Dan Burn in front of him. The big broad shoulder of Dan Burn to get past. Emery with the ball. Wide it goes to Barcola. Barcola's been very dangerous in the past 5 minutes. Inside for Mbappe. 30 yards out. 10 yards wide. Two times. Kylian Mbappe with his song. Kylian Mbappe with his song. Never a goal now from his boots. Kylian Mbappe with his shots. Goal kick Newcastle. I'm a fucking lunatic, I really am. 85 on the clock. Toon Army still in full voice. They're still cheering the boys. They're still there on their feet. Black and white scarves in. Nick Pope again has just hoofed it straight into touch. PSG have it deep and the press is on from Anderson. Donnarumma quickly gets rid of it to Skriniar. Isak approaches him. Poor pass from Skriniar and Newcastle have the ball back. That's a terrible pass from, I think it's Murphy and maybe Bruno. But now it's Barcola. Wide to Mbappe. First time he's had a chance to go at Trippier. Trippier's marching him, sending him aside. Little bit of trick from Mbappe. He's got nowhere to go. Goes deep instead. It's way, way wide. Way, way high. Lads, you've got to wake up there because you're giving the ball away to them in dodgy situations. And after winning the ball back, Bruno gave it away. But in the end, it was a poor shot. High wide and not very handsome. By Vitinha. 86 on the clock. Not sure how much added on time we'll get. Shouldn't be a lot. No trains on second half. Oh, dear me. I'm glad I ain't got a heart rate monitor on at the minute because it's very, 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 very high at the moment. So I've got to say. Nick Pope with a goal kick. This could go anywhere. And indeed, it's gone into touch yet again. Fuck's sake, has he got a pair of bastard skis on or something? Turkish slippers. Throwing fucking PSG. I think Nick Pope's put his boots on the wrong feet tonight. I really do. Anyway, thrown's taken. Vitinha all the way back. Well, this is dangerous for PSG to do that. Isak's kind of putting pressure on Marquinhos. Ball down the line for Hakimi. Pressure's on. Even in the 87th minute, the pressure's on. Isak's not stopped running all night. We've questioned his fitness at times, but tonight he has ran his little taters off, I've got to say. But PSG have it deep. 3-1 Man City now. Jeremy Doku. Not that we give a shite about that, but good on them. And the English clubs tonight making up for the shit of last night. Let's be honest. So far, 87.5 on the clock. Vitinha, square, then he goes to Warren Zaire Emery. Nick Pope's been booked for time wasting. Ball inside, Trippier didn't work, but Trippier gets it away. Back to Hernandez. Hernandez goes then inside to Zaire Emery. Square to Vitinha. We'll look to the far side to Dembele. There it goes there. Dembele being watched now by Anthony Gordon. Dan Burn close at hand. Comes inside to Vitinha. Could get a foot in there, Newcastle. They do get a foot in and can break with Bruno. Bruno goes long for Isak. Isak may not keep that in and doesn't. He did run his bollocks off to get there. Slightly overhit pass from Bruno. I think Eddie should be thinking about making a change here. Just because Isak's fucked, I've got to say. And they only attack PSG with Mbappe in the box. Mbappe goes past three. But the one that comes across to stop it, in fact, it's a free kick to Newcastle. Whew, that was close. Isak's showing concern for Gordon. Burn and Mbappe having a tete-a-tete. Mbappe's not doing anything wrong, I don't think. What's Mbappe doing here? Not sure what actually happened there, but free kick to Newcastle. Maybe Mbappe left a foot in. But Gordon did fantastic to get in the way and stop the thing going any further with Mbappe. And once again, Pope's hoofed it into touch. I can't believe he's doing this, honestly. He's got his boots in the wrong feet. He must have. Throw into PSG. From once another, Nick Pope kick out. This time it was at his feet as well. But great play from Gordon to win the ball back. And I think we might get a free kick there. We do. Brilliant. Lazio taking a lead against Celtic in the 95th minute. How unfortunate. 89 o'clock. We're going to see how long we've got left. We're nearly at 90 minutes. I don't think there's going to be much injury time. If Newcastle got any sense, they'll keep the ball. And they do. It's with Anderson in the corner. And the refs give a goal kick. For some obscure reason, couldn't have kept it in. In fact, did he give a throw-in? 5 minutes of added on time there is. A little lad there with glasses biting his nails. I ain't surprised. It's a goal kick, in fact. And the press is on. Anderson's been brilliant since he's come on the press. Ball looking for Dan Burn. Gets a foot in. Brilliant from Dan Burn. It's Fabian Schär, in fact. He's gone for the return. Schär from distance. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! You will never see a better goal than that in your life. I'm playing the music so I can calm down. Fucking hell. St James's Park. We thought we were trying to hang on for a 3-1 lead, but Fabian Schär stepped inside, took the ball from the pass out from the back. He's intercepted it, he's run inside, gone for the return, and he's done a Fabian Schär shot from 30 yards, straight in the top corner. He's won the ball off Ramos, a little 1-2 with Murphy, and he's hit it first time, passed Donnarumma with the right foot, curved it in. It's an absolute supersonic goal from Fabian Schär. Christ almighty, that's a fantastic goal. We've got $4.99 from Jeff Burninson. Thanks, Billy. Fantastic commentary. Great show. Whoo. And Eddie Howe had his arms up. This is history. It really is. That's a magnificent goal from Fabian Schär. Absolutely unbelievable tonight. And he's ran to the Gallagate Strawberry Corner. I think he's in the Strawberry Corner. He might be the other side. But it's 4-1 Newcastle. We're 2 minutes into 5 added on time. What a goal from Fabian Schär. What a goal. Honest to God. Currently, PSG are trying to get one back. Brilliant defending from Dan Burn. It's gone out for a corner. Oh, my God. Black and white flags are flying in unison with pride and happiness and celebration. Alan Shearer's got his cap on. He can't believe what he's seeing. This, to me, is better than Barcelona. This has been fan-bloody-tastic. Don't forget to leave a like, folks. If you can't beat PSG and you not leave a like, good Lord. George T, 999 Super Chat. He says, great game, boys. So wish I was there. Absolutely. Absolutely, mate. I feel sorry for you. Matt Target's come on to replace Anthony Gordon. 3 minutes to the 5 added on have gone. Shit on Ada. What a goal that is. Honest to God, what a goal. Mbappe trying to do a bit of skill to get past Murphy, doesn't do it. And does he give a free kick there? He may have done. He may have done. Yeah, he has a free kick right on the edge of the area, which Kylian Mbappe will take. Ah, dear me. Whew. Ian Silvers rightly points out this isn't even our strongest side. No Botman, no Willock, no Joe Linton, no who else? Wilson. All out. You know, it's been a fantastic performance from the Newcastle United players tonight. Really, really G'd up by the crowd, superbly coached by Eddie Howe. A great header away from Fabian Schär. Leap from PSG, a foot in there from Isaac, and it's cleared from Dan Burnby, a throw-in deep inside our half. Don't forget, you want to hear an instant reaction on the from myself and Stato. It will be on the Patreon podcast as soon as Paul comes down from the clouds to edit it. But that'll be up probably late tonight, early tomorrow morning. So it won't be much of an instant one. But there you go. That'll be our emotions on full show. We've got 40 seconds left of the 5 minutes of injury time. And the ball's been floated harmlessly out by Hernandez for a goal kick to Newcastle. Al says Bobby Robson would be proud. Bobby Robson would be looking down. He'll be happy with this. He'll be happy with that. He'll be sat there with Dave Harrison, having a single malt together, watching us take apart one of the best sides in Europe, a side which contains the best player in the world, who has been marked out the game, I hasten to add, by Jamal Lascelles tonight. Free kick, long goal kick. Pope managed to keep one in play. It's in the arms of Donnarumma now. Isaac's down injured. He's going to get up. I think he'll be okay. The 5 minutes are up. 4-1 Newcastle. This is monumental. This is monumentally history. And PSG trying to get some sort of goal back. I don't know if goal difference counts, but they're trying. Far side of the pitch. Target up against Dembele. Vitinha has it. 25 yards from goal. Long distance pop. Never troubled the goal. Went wide. It will be a goal kick Newcastle. I think the final whistle is imminent, guys. 5.5 minutes of the 5 added on. We did have that little moment in injury time where Fabian Schär decided to pop one in from 30 yards. I think they're giving Sean Longstaff the man of the match, possibly. I'm not sure. But the Newcastle bench are all celebrating together. Been a terrific night for Newcastle. There it is, folks. Newcastle United 4, PSG 1. It's been emotion. Let's be honest, it's been emotion. What a game of football Newcastle United have put on tonight. People doubted our credentials of being European football. Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans, Spurs fans. They've got to watch that and say, you're there on merit. You deserve to be there. And not only there on merit, you could go a long way in this tournament this year. Terrific performance from the lads in black and white. Proud of every single one of them. My heart's beating like a bloody, whatever, something that beats lots. Ringo Starr, let's just say that. Keith Moon, probably a better analogy. Kylian Mbappe, can't believe what's happened to him. Fabian Schär with a terrific goal to end the game. But yeah, Almiron with a great goal. Great finish. Then we had Dan Burns' header. Who scored the third goal? I've forgotten it. Longstaff, wasn't it, with a shot that was done with a fumble. But then the cream on the cake after PSG scored one back with Hernandez, Nick Popera. Fabian Schär decided to win the ball, intercept deep inside the PSG half. 1-2 with Jacob Murphy, stepped onto it and curved it in majestically from 35 yards. There's Newcastle fans in tears. So much as the pride they're showing for their boys. There'll be photos tonight, guys. There'll be photos, there'll be laps of honour. And the people are saying it's premature to have a lap of honour. That was a fantastic performance from underdogs tonight. Really was a fantastic performance. 4-1. Thank you to you guys for joining us. Stato's coming on. See, he can't help himself. Here he is. Stato, what a second half, mate.
I mean, we beat PSG, guys. 4-1. We did it. We absolutely did it. I mean, the goals, the first half was callable. It was very, very callable. It made sense. But coming out of the gate, second half with Longstaff, absolutely impossible to predict that. And then the Fabian Schär hit. Oh my word!
That's icing on the cake, mate. That's
absolutely. I mean, it's been a while, Fabian. It's been a while, my friend. And that, I mean, he used to give us 2 or 3 of them a season. It's been a long time. I think Nottingham Forest at home season before last. Wow, what a strike! I think. Obviously, we're going to do some reviews and stuff, but Fabian Schär with a cheeky shout for man of the match there. Absolutely sensational at the back. And that strike as well, that hit. Wow, 2 goals from defenders. The defenders are scoring. It's what we said. End of last season, so many defenders were like underperforming their XG. Now it's the reverse now. Just phenomenal from all of them. Every single player.
I got a couple of
substitutions were good as well.
Let me do a couple of super chats. There's Eddie Gaunt with another 1,000 Japanese yen. Brilliant job, Billy. He says, take that, all those who said we didn't deserve to win the Champions League. Manchester United, that's how to do a home game. And thank you very much. And Spike Milligan with a £20 super chat. Better than I expected. Great performance by the lads. Away the lads. I've got tears in my eyes. I'm watching the lads go around the pitch now. They are so proud of themselves, and rightly so they should be. And the crowd, have not one of them's left the stands or the seats. And they're getting rightly massively applauded as they go around the pitch. It's terrific. It's hard to take in how fantastic we've actually been tonight. I
mean, they deserve it. This is the Espria game. It's
better than that.
This is that. I mean, it is. Yeah. It is. It's 4-1 against one of the favourites for the tournament. First game back in 20 years. It's, I mean, if we've got DVDs in the future, it will be on one. This is one of those moments where they sell it in the club shop. It's one of those moments. This is, in 20 years' time, we're going to be telling the young ones, this is that game, guys. This was that game, and it's one of those. It is literally, we're witnessing history right now for the club. It's just, regardless of the fact it's a group game, it's a Champions League night, and considering where we were, trajectory of the club, I mean, we were happy to be back in the Champions League, but to be absolutely romping some teams that are meant to be winning it early doors is absolutely sensational. Magnificent.
Is someone cutting onions around here? Because this is immense. John Joe, 199 super chat, played really well, but the fans played their part. We have another super chat from Ian A. I want to see the PSG Ultras do the walk of shame back to the big market. Yeah,
indeed.
Christ.
I mean, they were all sensational. I feel like, everybody's stating that the crowd deserve a shout. They absolutely do. The 12th man helped because they did exactly what we talked about in the preview. We need them to rattle the PSG players, make it a hostile atmosphere, and it helped. They misplaced passes. They were nervous.
Yeah, they were scared. They were scared, mate.
Massively important. The crowd deserves so much credit. The crowd were absolutely sensational. Everybody in that stadium, so important for that victory. And then the players fed off it, and they know, they're so in tune with each other. The players and the crowd and the managers and the substitutes, all of them, they're all so in tune, and it's very rare you get that with a football club, and it's just magnificent.
Another amazing super chat from Keith Dykes in America, $50. He says, seriously, guys, go get midweek drunk. This is incredible. Yeah, I think that could be on the cards. I've got a bottle of single malt at the back that I'm going to have a drink off tonight. Absolutely, I am. Absolutely, 100%. And think about people that ain't no longer with us that would have loved to have seen this.
Indeed.
You know, it's just fantastic. You know, the crowd is starting to leave now and go enjoy their night in the Toon. You know, Sean Longstaff just looks like it's a normal day. He's having an interview there now with the correspondent, but he's got a big smile on his face now. But yeah, it's a massive night for us. This one will go down in history. This will be one to tell your grandkids about, no doubt about it. It's been
as things stand, guys.
Go on.
Top of Group F. Newcastle with 4 points, 1 win, 1 draw. PSG in second with 3 points. Milan in third with 2 points, and Dortmund in fourth with 1 point. So we are currently top of our group with a positive goal difference and unbeaten in the Champions League so far.
We've got a £2 super chat from Phil Gow. Bring them on. Bring them all on. The Toon is coming. We are absolutely right. Starter, we're going to have to go because we've got stuff to do in a bit.
We are indeed, yeah. I'm going to nip off home and then I'll give you a buzz.
Okay, buddy. Give me a buzz when you're ready. Thanks to everyone that has been on.
I'm disappearing. See you later, everyone.
See you, Stato. I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up now. Thanks, everyone, for watching. And serious to God, this is a night that we should all remember. It's going to take us days to get over this. A fantastic night for the Toon Army. A fantastic performance from the lads. Stuff that I didn't ever think was going to happen again. I'm sure lots of us are in the same boat as me. You know, I can remember the days when we used to do this to teams in Europe. I never thought this would happen again. This is the best night in Europe I think I've ever seen for Newcastle since the 69 Fairs Cup, clearly. But that is just a fantastic performance, 1-11. Let's go out and get absolutely arsehole, eh? Final thoughts. Newcastle 4, PSG 1. Thanks to all you. Thanks to all the people that have donated so kindly, so generous of you all. Thanks to the mods in the background. Thanks for no spoilers. Thanks for a really calm stream. And thanks for uneventful evening. Not. What a terrific game of football. We'll be back tomorrow with a review of all that. We live it all. And of course, people who are members of the Patreon, you can join the Patreon. We're going to do a review, an instant review of what's just happened. So thanks to all of you. We're going to go celebrate. And we shall see you tomorrow night. But as again, thanks to all of you for joining. See you soon, guys. How are the lads and lasses? We're marching on together, as they say in Leeds. Good night, everyone.
Come back and check on some breathing.
Ah!